So you're telling me there's a chance?
Are you going to me?
I would certainly like to.
Hold it! Billy, I need your help, man. All right. Axel!
The following is a world-class Bullshitters exclusive.
It's Tuesday, which means it's time for the Tuesday Takeover here on World Class Bullshitters. I'm your host, Jeff Hicks, and with me tonight is my co-host, all the way from the Riververse. Say hello to Andy Andrew.
What's going on, chat? What's going on, Jeff? It's great to be back. It's been a week already. It's a Tuesday, and I already want to go home, and I work from home. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm so freaking busy right now, preparing for a ton of stuff, working on a ton of stuff when it comes to Rippaverse. And yeah, I did get to see Brand New Day finally on Friday evening. And as someone who historically hates Tom Holland's Spider-Man, wants Zendaya and Ned in the movie to die, I actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I had a ton of fun with it. It was the first Tom Holland Spider-Man film where I walked out smiling. It's like, that was
Didn't
a good
it just
time.
feel like a Spider-Man movie?
It was a good Spider-Man story. I still take umbrage with how they handled Jean. They've got a really precarious board to walk to make sure that doesn't come across the same way as how the freaking MCU handled Wanda in Multiverse Madness. But that aside, all of the Spidey stuff was good. It was fun. It was great. And it didn't look freaking boring when it came to the action and whatnot. Because up until now, I'm sorry, and it's still not been surpassed, and it's never going to be surpassed. The Mark Webb Amazing Spider-Man films are peerless when it comes to the combat and when it comes to the like swinging and all of that stuff. But man, this movie really brought it. Like, it actually had great swinging, great action, and it's not too surprising because they've actually come out and stated they took a lot of inspiration from the Insomniac Spider-Man games in terms of like a lot of the movement, traversal, the web slinging, the combat. So it looked really, really good. I'm very happy with it. It's not my favorite one, but I do put it above all of the other MCU ones. That's for damn sure. And I'd put it above Spider-Man 3.
I just hope that they continue down this path because, like I said 5 years ago, geez, I liked where the last one ended. I was like, cool, Spider-Man's in a good place. And then the good place was this movie, and I was satisfied. And it seems like Hollywood likes to do more of the same old shit when it works. And they're at what, like $2 billion in a week and change? I think this worked, and I would not be upset if it's just more of him in that same costume doing Spider-Man shit.
And the costume was fantastic. Second best live action Spider-Man costume, in my opinion. It's still not better than Amazing Spider-Man 2 for me, but it is, holy crap, that suit looked good.
I'll go and I have to rewatch the Raimi ones, but I'm going to say it's my favorite suit. I think it looks that good. So
I was never super fond of the Raimi suits. Like, I liked it for what it was for the time, but the way that they did the lenses always bugged me.
I mean, it was in the world,
and that's just a personal choice.
And you know why they did the webbing the way they did, though, right?
I remember knowing at one point because I was watching like the makings of featurettes and documentaries, but jog my memory.
Well, it's because of the camera technology and the red couldn't be separated from the webbing. So they made it,
That's right.
stand up in silver so he didn't look flat on screen.
That's right.
Speaking of looking flat on screen, what is up, script? That white milkiness, man, it just bounces all light off.
Yep.
And right-
Sorry, my mouth is full. I got a free pizza from work, so
Well, you
Oh,
enjoy
hey.
that free pizza while we talk about the word of the day.
$3.99.
Levels 08. Now, what happens here, folks, when you hit us with the yellow super chat, you get a horrific button. I'm sorry in advance.
Peter. The horse is here.
Hello, Dion.
Yeah, still creepy. All right, our friend Shrubbles08 brings us the word of the day, and the word of the day is pickle ducker. Or you could replace the D with an F, and you know what we're talking about. I got confirmation from Shrubbles08.
Was that right?
Or the word of the day is pickle fucker. Clerks, all right. Pickle ducker clerks. Freddy has been pickle ducked. Pickle Ducker Horizon. Pickle Ducker Smith presents Duck Wars versus Marvel and On Her Majesty's Secret Pickle Ducker. I wish the story that we were talking about tonight, folks, was a secret because it sounds terrible. But we'll get to that in a few moments. Let's.
They're
On
Neil
playing with-
before,
yeah,
Oh,
they're,
go
they're
ahead, go
playing. They're playing with Pickle Ducker.
Neil before Pickle Ducker.
That's a good one.
cheaper by the Pickle Ducker.
The Pickle Ducker always rings twice.
Big Pickle Ducker in Little China.
Stop, or my Pickle Ducker will shoot.
Ah,
20,000 Leagues Under the Pickle Ducker.
oh. I like that one. Attack the Killer Pickle Duckers.
Attack of a 50-foot, or sorry, yeah, Attack of a 50-foot Pickle Ducker.
The Pickle Ducker connection, man. You got
That's good. That's good. I like that. The
That just
Pickle
sounds
Ducker
like-
job.
I would watch the Pickle Ducker connection. That sounds like the Hudsucker proxy.
Yeah.
You got the Slinky or something.
the hula hoop. Yeah.
Let's see, one more, boys. Let's do Pickle Ducker of Arabia.
All the Pickle Ducker's men.
A League of Extraordinary Pickle Duckers.
There we go.
That's a good one.
What a good way to close it out, Andrew. So, folks, you can send in your words all night long. Thank you to Shrubbles08. We have, let's see, Leighton Pickle Ducker. We were not late tonight. We said 9:05, sir. Let's see. I wish we could rickroll you guys. Shout out to Nathan. Shout out to Sly C. I'm trying to find the Pickle Ducker test. There we go. The Pickle Ducker Odyssey from our friend, the Skeptic Tank. What's up, man? Pickle Ducker of their own. Hot Tub Pickle Ducker Machine. We got them. coming in. The Pickle Ducker Files. Hey, have you guys seen that the X-Files got renamed for this re-edited version? It's something like X-Files,
Why?
I want to believe, something von Frankenstein-ish.
I think that's the director's cut of the old X-Files film.
Yeah, it's just such a weird name. I was like, what is this title?
Why not just call it the director's cut?
I guess because it's got us talking about it now.
I guess fair enough. It's probably the most people have talked about X-Files in a little while.
Yeah.
No, man, they got the Ryan Coogler remake with the guy from Get Out and some random lady. It'll be like Keke Palmer. That's how that shit always goes, right?
Yeah, I'm super jazzed about that. No, not at all, actually.
I had a great conversation with a buddy of mine. I don't think that movie is going to work because, in the 90s, we're coming off of the Cold War. We have this time of like peace, and conspiracy theories and all this other shit was really popular, and people were into that stuff. I think it's become a part of the culture now, where I don't think the X-Files seems as out there in some of the stories, And so I don't think people are going to be watching it going, wow, isn't that crazy? When they're like, yeah, that kind of shit happens all the time now. So I think this movie's kind of DOA. Plus, it's not the real actors. So anyway, that's all I got to say about that. Ryan Coogler, no thank you.
Yeah,
What?
like he hasn't done anything that's like mind-blowingly special to me. So
You didn't love Get Out? Or no, wait, that's Jordan Peele.
yeah, it was Jordan Peele. That movie
What-
was.
Sinners, the one that everybody went nuts for last year.
I haven't seen it. I do still want to see it at some point. Just to see, like, all right, was this side of the spectrum like losing their minds, or was it this side of the spectrum that was losing their minds, or is the truth kind of somewhere in the middle and the movie's just fine?
Have you
I
seen
think
it
it's
from
more in the
Dusk
middle.
Till Dawn?
Yeah.
Because you had people acting like it was the greatest film ever, and then you had people acting like it. Oh, it's the worst movie ever. It's this woke garbage, blah blah blah. And I'm like, you know, something tells me that the truth lies somewhere betwixt.
It's just fine.
Yeah,
Like-
and
like-
that's how most movies are.
It's all right.
It's like, oh, that was fine, right?
Well, I honestly think a lot of movies just get passes because they're like, hey, they seem original, but they're really just remakes of other ones, and that always, so yeah, just
Right.
I would say watch From Dusk Till Dawn because you get Salma Hayek, and she's.
I mean, I've seen that. I saw that when I was way too young to see that, but you know, it's fine.
Watch Sinners because it's the same movie.
So I'm
except
straight. So
there's no racism. There's just vampires and dick guns, stuff like that. Yeah, it's a classic.
that's a classic.
Yeah. So let me pull up some images and we'll start talking about a classic dumpster fire in the making, maybe. Now, folks, we got some new content coming your way here on the channel this week. I'm in production mode on a couple higher end things. I've been looking at the numbers. You guys really liked that Ghostbusters mini documentary, so I'm working on a follow up to it. We're going to stick with the 10-year window of garbage movies, and I'm working on one for Suicide Squad. So let's have fun with that. You guys liked the Ghostbusters one? Check that one out. Plus, I got some new movement on another series. So be on the lookout for all of that stuff this week. But we did take a trip to Ollie's, so you can check that out. And we have some fan footage in there as well. So if you would like to send in your Ollie's fan footage, info@worldclassbullshitters.com is the email. I check the email every couple days. So say, hey, Jeff, here's some footage. And hey, man, I'll put it in the next video. Okay, guys. So we've talked about crossovers being the next big thing, but we jokingly, because to some people, crossovers represent the shark being jumped or that sound of the bottom of the barrel being scraped. I don't know if you can hear that right here.
I can hear you.
So about 10, 11 years ago, this would have been the coolest idea ever. But like most things in life, it happens too late. I saw this press release today, and we're going to get the Star Wars Marvel Comics crossover, Hope Assembles, in which the Avengers team up with the Star Wars galaxy.
See, this would have been the right type of fun retarded if this was happening before Disney owned either property.
Oh,
Yeah.
hold on. It gets better. It's written by Kevin Smith.
Apparently, they reached out to him to do this story, and then there was no other writers in consideration.
You couldn't get anybody else. No one else.
It is a big deal, I think. Yoga hosers, Bratzies. Anyway, let's read the press
Tusk.
release from Kevin Smith. Oh God, don't even get me started on Tusk. That movie.
Yeah.
I was hanging out. I have this friend, and she's got a daughter who's about 18 to 20, and she was trying to convince me how great Tusk was, and I just was trying to be nice, but I'm like, kid, no, like there are better Kevin Smith movies, couple, but there are better ones. All right, so this comes from the word of Kevin Smith. Marvelous Star Wars news. To celebrate the 50th anniversary of the George Lucas classic, Lucasfilm and Marvel Comics are releasing Hope Assembles, a Marvel meets Star Wars crossover 5 decades in the making. This is the first time the characters of these two iconic universes are going to meet, and I was lucky enough to get to call the script on all 5 epic issues with astounding art by David Marquez. Entertainment Weekly broke the story about the Colossal collab this morning, so I can finally talk about it, and I will at great lengths. But for now, here's what I said in the press release. Back in the early 80s, I had a subscription to Marvel Star Wars comics, and it was fun to follow. It's fun to follow as continuing the adventures of Luke, Leia, and Han. I always wished that Spider-Man and Dr. Octopus could cross over to their cinematic saga. So when the opportunity arose to actually tell that story, nobody had to force my hand. I'm ecstatic to be writing Hope Assembles for the 50th anniversary of Star Wars. Many thanks. And it's just a bunch of bullshit. But yay, it comes out in January and ends in May, and I can't wait till it's already over. Let's talk about this, because this, like we said, this would have been cool a decade plus ago. This would have been cool, really cool in the early 2000s, right after episode 3 comes out. But we get it now when Star Wars movies don't make money at the box office, and unless you're Spider-Man, you're not guaranteed to be a hit. So, what do you think, boys?
Well,
This will probably sell a lot of copies because this is the first time that this particular crossover has ever happened. But it's not going to be selling all those copies because like fans who are comic book readers are enthusiastic about it. It's going to sell a bunch of copies because of the speculator market and the collector's market, not for people who just want to read good, fun comics. This is, like I said, this is a decade and a half past when something like this should have been attempted because Disney owns both properties now. Kevin Smith is about a decade and a half from his viability as a comic book writer. The only promising part about this announcement is having David Marquez on as the artist, and he's spectacular. But
the art looks great.
mhm.
Other than that, like, there's no reason to be enthusiastic for this, for me.
Well, it goes to show you that the Star Wars characters never change their clothes, so of course they're going to meet up right in the middle of the original Star Wars movie, but that's me being particular. This is like the dream scenario for me with my toys as a child.
Mhm.
I guess this is for kids, but do kids really like the old Star Wars? I don't know. I'm trying to not to just shit on something blatantly, but how am I supposed to get excited when the track record for both publishing arms have sucked? Outside of Vader Down, I haven't read a great Marvel comic from Star Wars, and then what do we talk about Marvel every week? That's why we're all out there making our own books and doing well with them, because mainstream stuff has shit the bed. So I guess Thanos meets Venom meets Grand Moff Tarkin is going to be, the savior of the entertainment industry.
Who knows at this
I mean,
point?
CGI Grand Moff Tarkin.
I mean, one of the things I'm curious is how are they going to reconcile the fact that in the Marvel comics, Star Wars is a film franchise. They've acknowledged it as such. So now they go into is it going to be like Last Action Hero situation? Because again, Kevin Smith, it's going to be a bunch of dick and fart jokes and some meta humor and a lot of cheeky, innuendo. And who knows what type of plot, maybe a nonsensical one or a rehash of something from mix of the movies. I don't know. I just think art alone and the principle itself as concept is not going to be enough to really get anybody interested aside from the collector's market.
See, I'm morbidly curious to, I don't want to pirate shit to be that guy, but I'll probably read this online. There won't be any kind of cover that's going to make me jump and go, oh man, I got to get my one of 25 Deadpool meets an Ugnaught. Actually, maybe
No, they'll freaking go to town on the blind bags on this, probably.
So that's how little I read modern comic books. I know what blind bags are. I read that, or I dealt with them in the 90s, but are those really popular now?
They are in some cases. They've been doing them for big events and special landmark issues a lot recently. Not just the biggest publishers like Marvel and DC either. Some of the smaller publishers have been doing it. It's either Boom or IDW, or was it what is it? Skyforge, Sky something. Whoever handles
Skybound?
Skybound, that's the one. The guys that handled Transformers and G.I. Joe.
If I get
like,
one more of their damn ads to invest, I swear to God.
I've been seeing those a lot lately. It's kind of annoying. Like they actually kind of, if I'm remembering this correctly, they kind of kicked this whole blind bag thing back off recently because they saw a bunch of success with doing it. And then DC and Marvel were like, whoa, ho, 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 we can do that too. And it's cancer. I hate it.
That's how I feel about a lot of stuff. Thanks, I hate it.
Yeah.
So, am I the only one that feels like this is a kind of a last-ditch effort crossover where there's really not much else to do with the brand?
It's a Hail Mary at this point. It's like, okay, what can we do to kind of monetize these two things? I mean, yeah, Disney has screwed up, I guess now, essentially, even though I don't want to crap on this either, but it's so underwhelming for the 50th anniversary. They're doing a crossover comic, and then the 40th anniversary, they actually like missed, essentially.
Oh yeah, they had to promote The Last Jedi, though.
Yeah. That should have been the start of the first sequel trilogy that year, but they jumped the gun 2 years early because greed and desperation.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like they could enjoy Age of Ultron money or Ant-Man money or anything else that was coming out and making money back then. No. We had to pump Star Wars right at Christmas time.
Yep.
It eventually didn't work in record time. I mean, by the next movie, they're like, hey, let's do one more with Solo. And then, well, that's no longer the biggest flop, I don't think. I think The Mandalorian's officially the biggest loser. So, anything else you guys want to say about this crossover that's been like decades in the making that Kevin Smith is clearly so excited for? Like, what character's going to piss their pants this time?
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't be paid to care less, honestly, about this crossover, because there's actually been some genuinely fun crossovers at the big two in recent years. Like, obviously, just recently they did the Superman Spider-Man one and the Spider-Man Superman one, so obviously both sides of it. Those were really fun. They did the Batman and Deadpool one. Those were hit and miss with the stories. Like, you could take some from one of them and some from the other, put them together, and make one pretty darn good crossover issue. There was a Naruto and TMNT one that was actually genuinely fun. There's the Sonic and Godzilla that's going on right now. There was Sonic and DC last year. Now there's another follow-up to that this year going on. There was Justice League and the Godzilla Monsterverse crossover, which I've got the hardcover for right down here. And this is just stupid comic fun. Like, and then you bring what should be the two biggest properties in media together, and I couldn't be pissed to care.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you shit the bed so many times.
Pretty much.
I just wish there was something more prolific to say. 50 years of Star Wars, and you're going to get a bunch of forgettable stuff outside of
50 years of Star Wars, and your big marketing thing is a wet fart. That's basically what this is. Like, I don't care.
You get the remake of the original, or not the remake, the re-release of the original, and that's about it. Well, folks, let us know what you think. We got some comments on this topic right here from our friend Overkill161 that says, this crossover reeks of desperation, like a 2-week-old diaper. Star Wars never needed a crossover. This sounds like a good idea. Fairy from PR. Sounds like a good idea. Fairy from PR input.
Somebody at the offices probably said, hey, how do we flip some comics on properties that we already own, because we apparently don't want to put effort into making some of our normal comics good again.
Do you think it's going to be just a bunch of jokes?
I don't know, but I also don't care enough to find out.
Yeah, I don't either, man. Like,
this
never
isn't one of those
things again.
Yeah, this is one of those things where I'm like, you know what? I'm morbidly curious to see how bad this is, or willing to be surprised. I am just like peak ambivalent, apathetic. Yeah, don't care.
Yeah, I'm trying to amp it up for the audience. I'm like, yeah, folks, 9:30 is not that late, but I was
it's not.
I was like, oh man, this will make an interesting topic for a few minutes, and it worked. for 5 minutes. No, I don't review comics. I make my own. You guys check them out. I appreciate that. And that's about as far as we take it with that kind of comic stuff. But maybe whenever this comes out next year, maybe I'll read a pirated copy and I'll review it that way for you guys. That way you can hear what I think, and we can laugh at Kevin Smith's writing together, just like we used to with Clerks 2 and all those other classics. Princess Leia and Jabba make a porno. That's going to be the spinoff at the end of the day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Layden Swallow 09, thank you very much. He says, off topic. Thank you. We need to break this topic. But I just learned there's a Starship Troopers anime from 88 on YouTube called Dad Who Loves ST. He never watched anime. Called Dad Who Loves Starship Troopers. He never watched anime, but he sounded very interested. Follows the books better than the movie.
Huh.
Are we
How about
Starship
that?
Trooper fans?
There's a charm to that first film. I wouldn't call it a good film, but there's a charm to it. It's an enjoyable watch. It's one of those things where if it's on TV, I'm like, why not?
Yeah, I own it on 4K. I saw it in theaters as a kid. It stuck with me because I was way too young to see it in theaters. I think I was, it came out in 97. So I was probably 9 years old when I watched it. I'm not really used to watching people get their brains sucked out through a straw. But,
yeah, that was pretty gnarly.
Yeah, I hung with a lot of shit. I remember seeing Freddy Krueger eat that girl in the third movie. I was like, what is this? So anyway, in terms of this, Layden Swallow, excuse me, I'll check that out because I like 80s anime. That's my jam. I don't talk about all this stuff, but if I'm going to watch it, it's the art style that sells me. Never the story. Sorry. I'll just sit through anything if it's got that right aesthetic, that weird bloom and all this other crap I've studied ad nauseum. But are they doing a remake of Starship Troopers to be more accurate to the book, or did I just make that up?
I actually feel like I heard something about them either doing a new one or doing a remake recently, like within the last few weeks.
I don't want that.
So either you're not crazy or we're both crazy.
So that makes us normal?
Something like that.
Relatively, yeah.
Okay, just checking. I mean, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills after the Kevin Smith gets to write Star. Do you think he cried, by the way?
Oh,
Of course he cried. He cried fake tears to himself in his bedroom mirror.
I want to have Obi-Wan Kenobi hang out with Aunt May. They're so old together. Like, I'm sorry. I almost can't. I hope it's shitty. Like, I hope it's intentionally shitty because I can't wait to read something like that. Oh. So, Andrew, since we're talking about Starship Troopers real quick, what's another sci-fi movie that you would like to see get an anime adaptation? Because like Blade Runner would look cool, but it would just be like Akira.
Yeah, no, it'd just be Akira. So just watch Akira. Or if you want, I guess you could watch Cyberpunk, Edge Runners. Or you could watch Bubblegum Crisis or a number of other like cyberpunk sci-fi anime from the 80s and 90s. You know, I think there are a couple that are from lesser known sci-fi films that would actually be pretty interesting. A lot of them you'd probably have to do as a movie instead of as a series because there's not as much there unless you draw it out. But something like The Sphere would be pretty cool. Maybe The Abyss. So like sci-fi horror stuff like that could be pretty
I would
cool.
definitely watch that.
Yeah. I'd be game for either of those. But do it in that old like 80s to early 90s anime aesthetic where like they painstakingly like manually hand drew all of these super intricate animations for machinery and things like that. Like that's my favorite type of animation. I love when anime used to do that.
Well, you know, I got something to watch now. So shout out to Layden Swallow. And I'll let you know what I think of it. Because I got to, okay, real quick, since we're talking animation, anybody watching that Batman show, the Caped Crusader?
The new one? No, I
Yeah.
haven't seen. I didn't see the first season.
No, I saw. God, I think I saw 3 episodes. It clever, but it's still weird. Something off about it. I'm not a fan of Hamish Linklater. I think he's a fraud.
So I enjoy this show because it's atmospheric. It's well animated. The suit kind of is. I'm pretty sure the suits evolved from the last season to this season, right? He had purple gloves. Now they're black. I don't remember. That's not important. My point is, I actually enjoy it, and I don't dislike X-Men 97. It's a pretty decent like superhero animation renaissance where
I still need to
there's-
watch it. I plan
It-
to. Maybe I'll wait until Mary's here.
well,
We watch together.
yeah, it's gonna be 24 episodes, something like that.
Yeah.
They're surprisingly meaty for like 24 minutes.
The thing that sold me was seeing a clip of Cyclops being a badass and them doing cool stuff with his powers.
You mean like
For
in
the
the
first
desert
time-
when he did the
Yeah,
that's literally the opening of the show.
yeah. I'm like, okay, I'll at least watch episode 1. When I saw that, I still haven't gotten around to it, but it's still on my docket.
I think people have been conditioned to what they call woke Marvel or bad Marvel or whatever. And this show really doesn't fall into that kind of stuff. If you like the X-Men, you'll like this show. Sunspot's annoying, but that's because he's Sunspot. So yay.
I was gonna
I'm
say,
not loving the voice
and in
actor
other
that does
news,
Professor X though, he feels like he's struggling to speak all the time.
that's
Yeah.
not good.
And Wolverine sounds really old. I know it's the same actor, Cal Dodd, but for a character that never ages, he sounds like
He's aged.
he's 80 years old. It's like listening to Harrison Ford talk. But
Oh wow, that's rough.
so is Wolverine. So normally we don't talk about this kind of stuff on the Tuesday night show, but I saw this topic and Script, you have a good finger on the pulse of entertainment, and you know what it looks like when a career is dying. So I wanted to ask your
Oh,
opinion.
I know
on
who
this
you're about to bring up.
because we're talking about newspaper articles or interviews and stuff, and this popped up today. In a Rolling Stone interview, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, has shared he's diving deeper into country and soul music. And basically, this is his new career path. The Rock's going to become a
That's-
singer.
So what he saw Beyonce do a
Boy.
country album and said, I can do that too.
Anything you can do, I can do better. Is that what this is?
Feels like it, doesn't it?
No, it feels like, hey, I have nothing else to do. I need to get some hype in my career, so I'm gonna go music.
I mean,
Because anything, yay!
I
And this
hate
is me
to
saying
say
this,
it.
dude.
Yeah, no, I hate to say it. The thing is, I also like Dwayne Johnson, the actor. Like, I almost never have a not good time with him in a movie, right? But for whatever reason, he's just the opposite of a draw for movies. Like you were the spectral opposite of a box office draw, Dwayne. I don't know why. You're charming, you're funny, you're actually a good actor when you're putting forth some good effort and like have a director who is willing to actually direct you, right? But people just apparently don't give a crap.
Well, it's because
Like-
he has no humility about him. That's why.
Maybe that's it. Maybe
I mean,
that's
even when
it.
he did the Tooth Fairy, like it's the industry was literally directing him to be a follow-up to Schwarzenegger and Stallone and to the action stars, and he decided to take it more seriously. And I think it just completely turned off a big portion of the audience. And then he's also very arrogant and he's a very big control freak.
Yeah.
And I think I heard over earlier this morning when I was on set, someone was listening to, I think, a podcast where he was talking to, I think, DL Hughley or some other comedian about his career over the last couple of years and changes. And they brought up Black Adam because he's still very proud of that film. You know, he should be. It's the highest grossing film he's ever been in.
That's sad.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
That is sad. I enjoyed things about that movie, but that's a bad movie.
It is. He did talk, I think, for a good 2 minutes about like the diverse cast. Like he did all those talking points and
Well, he was doing that for Oh, he
Jumanji
did
too?
do that for no, he did that for Black Adam very briefly. Like I do remember it kind of got blown out of proportion, but he did mention it for sure. I think recently he brought it up for Moana.
Yeah, no, he brought up for this recent interview because he was talking about like the regime change at Warner Brothers and what's going to happen. And I guess they're asking his opinion about like the Warner Brothers Paramount merger and what's going on there. And he was playing it up like, yeah, I did everything right. And then the administration changes, and then when that changes, everybody loses a job. Like it's like, okay, maybe you should have made a more cohesive movie. Maybe try not pushing. I mean, him and Seven Buck Theater was really trying to push him to have a lot more ownership over DC in this direction,
which was the wrong. And I think that might have been a big turnoff for people because I think a lot of people were just like, "What? Why? Like, why though?" Even if it was even people who like The Rock, who like Dwayne Johnson, like Jeff and myself. Like, I remember thinking to myself, "Wait, why would you have more control over it? The hell do you know about DC Comics?" What are we doing here? You just
thinks Black Adam is a superhero. Like that's one part.
Black Adam has done heroic things,
right?
And he has been one of the good guys.
He's been
briefly on a number of times, right? But ultimately, Teth Adam is not a good guy. He's traditionally a bad guy.
And The Rock just made the mistake that there's this old famous story of Jack Kirby saying, "Hey, what's your least selling book? I'll take over that," when he moves to DC Comics. So you're like, oh, okay, a guy like that can take an unpopular book like Jimmy Olsen and make it a hit. I bet The Rock's thinking, I'm going to take this character and I'm going to make him the badass Superman killer, blah, blah, blah. And he failed to realize, like, there's a hierarchy of characters. Even if Sydney Sweeney played Squirrel Girl, it's Squirrel Girl, and no one cares.
Yeah, all of a sudden, all of the people on the internet, I won't say who, but it's not like they're all going to show up in droves for a Squirrel Girl movie just because Sydney Sweeney's in it. It wouldn't happen.
Remember, Andrew, on this channel, you can name names, give addresses, grade schools, what they had for lunch. It doesn't matter. You can tell it all here on World Class Bullshitters. Like,
the fact of the matter is, Sydney Sweeney, as nice as I'm sure she is, and as pretty as she is, like, she's not a major box office draw. And Squirrel Girl definitely is not a big box office IP.
Oh, so, no. I mean,
it's not happening.
She's an it girl. She has some talent, but the thing is, only if she's doing like a romantic comedy, and she's done one, and that was the only hit she's had. But the other part too is she's also what differentiates her from The Rock is that she actually experiments with the types of roles that she does. Like she's
right. Well, The Rock plays The Rock in X movie starring The Rock in every single film that he's in, pretty much. I will say I am looking forward to the next Jumanji film because I really liked the first two of this like new era of Jumanji films. Obviously, the first Jumanji film is the one with Robin Williams. I'm looking forward to this third one in this trilogy.
Yeah, but the more I'm looking at this, I'm more excited for The Rock's album. You know?
Bring back rock concerts.
What are the lyrics going to be like, right? Like that's what we're all wondering.
Well, okay, so I posted about this on Twitter, and everyone's like, "Don't you remember the Rock concerts?" Yes.
Of course, I remember seeing some of those comments and be like, "You realize what you're talking to right now?"
I do, yeah, but I don't want to be that guy. It's like, I liked this wrestler when I was a kid. I've watched all this stuff, and I have a really good memory. So yeah, I do remember all this shit, like the Lakers beat the Kings in May and all this crap. I can even quote it back to you. But is it me, or do you guys not remember back in the day when, like, Corey Feldman, his career shit the bed? I'm going to get into making music. Like, this is always the go-to. If Bruce Willis didn't have Die Hard and The Return of Bruno at the same time, he would have went from moonlighting to some Jamoke making records. Nobody would have remembered those records. I think that's where The Rock is. That's the whole point I want to make. I think he's fallen off in a record time. Like, the movies cost so much money to make. They're not bringing in the money. Red One can suck a fat one. And now here we are a year later with this. like, I want to know when The Rock and Will Smith are going to team up together because I think they're on the same level.
Oh, well, I mean, Will Smith at least
Yikes.
had a music career.
Right, and an acting career. He had both. And Will Smith's very much the superior actor.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I could give The Rock a run for his money, and I've never been in front of a camera, but I have a feeling I could make somebody be convinced, that I care.
But could you cut a promo as good as The Rock?
As good as modern day Rock, yeah. In his prime Rock, no. But I got a lot of bullshit to say, and I'm not as
World
not
class
as
bullshit
skilled as you think. So I laid the verbal smackdown on this old asshole. Look, you're thinking of prime Rock when he could whoop somebody's ass, and this is what we're talking about today. He looks like a leather handbag, so good for The Rock.
She has lost a lot of muscle mass.
Yeah. And conversely, John Goodman has started losing a lot of weight and is looking weird too.
Yeah, he looks like he might have lost a little bit too much weight too quickly.
I saw that picture of him in the grocery store. I know what you're talking about. I hope he's well because I love John Goodman stuff. He's
I hope it's not a weight loss due to like some
sickness,
massive illness or something like that.
Here, since you brought it up, I'll pull up the picture. But he's kept it off for a long time. He's just like, you look at Dan Connor, John Goodman, he's a lot larger, and then you can even go back like 15 years, like 10 Cloverfield Lane.
I mean, he was starting to lose weight when Roseanne was transitioned from Roseanne to the Connors TV show. That's when I started noticing he was getting slimmer.
Yeah. Well, he also he was in what was it, Kong Skull Island.
Mm-hmm.
And he had by that point lost a fair amount of weight. It wasn't like this, but it was clearly like, oh wow, it's a very visible difference, right? Like he's lost a lot of weight from how he was, because how he was huge. And I remember being like, oh, good for him. And then I saw this photo, and obviously that movie is what, 10 years old now or something like that. Kong Skull Island,
King Ralph or something.
It just, man, he doesn't look healthy there. I don't know. Granted, the dude's not a spring chicken either, so it could be a combination of things.
I don't even think he's sick. I just think he looks like he did on The Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah.
God, that's a great show. Andrew, watch it. When you and Mary get together, I don't want to say I'll gift you an HBO membership, but I'll get you a login. You should watch it.
We've got one.
Oh yeah, I forgot that's the
Thank
Harry
you, though.
Potter streaming service.
Thank you. Yeah. We're covered on that end.
I would hope. That just means you don't have an excuse not to watch it, Andrew.
Correct. Fair enough.
I think you two would
I'll put it on the list.
You can go sing karaoke to Misbehaving together.
Okay. Well,
that song actually is
Rock
pretty
was
awesome.
pushed off stage.
we could probably rock out to some karaoke together. So, not opposed to it.
Mama told me not to. I did anyway. Misbehaving. So, what were you saying about the Rock script before
I
we?
was just thinking, like, if Andrew and Mary were doing some karaoke, the Rock might want to jump up on stage and just take the center spotlight, because
I'm gonna let you
really
finish.
interested in that music, huh?
I want to see if the Rock is vain enough to like be what's the right word I want to say, the priest at my wedding, to see if he could like not make it about himself. That'd be so funny, because he did it once back in the day.
Yeah.
And but he was when he was like a lot more chill. I'd like to see if he would like go to somebody's wedding and like start telling stories about, when I overcame this great adversity on the set of the Fast and Furious, and Vin Diesel was in my face.
I came to this country with $7 in my pocket. Right.
I'd be like, bitch, you were born in this country. You're from California.
Yeah, seriously. It's from SoCal.
He's like, no, man, I'm from the islands. Is California an island? Because I read your book.
Part of your family is.
Yeah, but you were born in California.
You were not.
You were born where
American.
In-N-Out Burger has been your entire life.
Yeah, that's great and all that you care about, your cultural heritage on that side of your family. That's wonderful. And I like that he embraces that. That's cool. Nothing wrong with that. But like, my dude, you're born in SoCal. Like, you're not a Pacific Islander. not in the literal sense. Blood-wise, heritage-wise, sure. But you're born in the United States of America. All right? You don't bleed whatever that dance is that you do.
The haka.
You bleed red, white, and blue. Okay? Yeah, the haka. That's the one.
Well, I mean, that's always been his gimmick. Even in wrestling, it was like they'd be like his dad's father, Soulman Rocky Johnson, but they would always talk about his Samoan family. They wouldn't even act like the dude was part black. I'm like, whatever. Doesn't bother me. But I don't know, man. I just wanted to laugh and talk about how the mighty have fallen and to hear what the audience said. The Rock is looking like he's having that drawn out look. Ozempic is a hell of a drug.
Frighteningly popular right now in California.
Yeah, dude.
It's popular everywhere.
Dude, Ryan Seacrest. I know a name I never thought I'd talk about on this channel, but I was flipping through and I saw
you feeling okay?
Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune, man. You know, game shows.
Wait, he's hosting Wheel of Fortune now?
He for like the last year. He took over for Pat Sajak.
I remember Pat Sajak retired. I just didn't ever follow up with who replaced him.
Wow.
Yeah, it's Ryan Seacrest, and he looks like a Do you remember the Nazi in Raiders of the Lost Ark who gets his face sucked in?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I flip through the channels and I see Ryan Seacrest, I just think of that scene because that's what he looks like, and it's kind of sad, kind of gross at the same time. But I would put money on it that it's Ozempic.
Oh wow.
You looked him up, huh?
Yikes.
I mean, Ryan Seacrest is also hosting like 7 other shows too, isn't he? So like he's just kind of in burnout mode.
Is he still hosting? Is American Idol even still a thing, or did they finally permanently axe that?
He took over from Casey Kasem. I know that.
He took over for Dick Clark.
Dick Clark was another one.
He's
never really done his original show at all, so he's always been just the guy that.
He also looks like he had some like facial work done because the way his face looks when he smiles now does not look the same way as it did back during like peak American Idol years.
What are peak American Idol years, Andrew? Inquiring minds want to know.
Like when I was in high school still. So I guess that'd be when we were in high school still. So like 2005 through 2000 and we'll say 7 or 8, when you had Carrie Underwood there, Kelly Clarkson, you had Chris Daughtry.
I forgot about these people.
I don't even recognize any of those names.
You don't Carrie Underwood?
Who?
Canadians. Jeez.
Wait, no, I just want to know how you don't recognize the name Kelly Clarkson because like she's referenced in the 40-Year-Old Virgin. She's a cuss word when they wax his chest.
Oh. So it's from the
true.
American Idol, huh? Okay.
Yeah. Now you understand.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what, Script? American Idol was the dumbest TV show, and it was only good for the first 3 episodes because it would be all the terrible singers, and they couldn't sing, and you would get... It was before social media, but if it existed back then, people would have gone viral, like William Hung.
I remember that. Yeah, William Hung was that one guy that did go viral and was singing national anthems at sporting events for like a year. Horrible.
She bang. I used to. I downloaded that song.
That was painful, man. That was painful.
That era of entertainment was painful. People talk about being nostalgic for stuff. Like 2003 is not a good year to be nostalgic for. It was a pretty shit year on the records.
Yeah, well, that era you had the dawn of the reality TV thing with American Idol, with Survivor, shortly after Big Brother. Yeah, it was
Lost
cheap
as well,
TV.
right? Wasn't Lost around then?
Lost was around them, but that wasn't reality TV. It was just really terrible,
Just really crappy
dangling
mystery
at the
box
carrot
TV.
TV.
Yeah. No.
I never got into it, and I never will.
I made my money off that show from a bet with friends, and I'm happy.
Was it enough to buy more screen-used furniture from a studio that no longer wants it?
Actually, I could have probably bought the entire bridge set from Star Trek: Strange New Worlds from that.
Well, shit.
How about that?
Yeah, I know, right?
That's some good change. Granted, like those are going for only a few $100s a piece, so it's like not a lot, but yeah, my buddy actually has a Hikaru Sulu nameplate from Strange New Worlds. That's right, he's going to be in season 5, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh wow.
Or at least mentioned in it.
I wish you could see my face.
And how muted it is.
Yep.
The enthusiasm is palpable, Jeff.
I love streaming. I love the audience. I love making YouTube videos. I don't love watching a lot of this geek culture stuff anymore. Like the live action TV shows are just so drawn out and just, I wouldn't even say difficult. They're just not very good. I'll put it simply like that. They're not very good and they're hard to sit through. I at least enjoy some of the animated stuff for the artistic shit, but like,
Sure.
I tried to watch Star Trek and it was that one with the gay Klingon, the one that wore the dress.
Academy. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Academy?
That was
Yeah,
Academy.
it was a waste of time.
Yeah.
Believe me, I know. But I'm trying to justify this Paramount Plus subscription, and I guess.
Oh wow. Thoughts
you
and
got
prayers.
you got all of the Taylor Sheridan pseudo male dominated soap operas, right? So you got like Dutton Ranch, Lioness.
I like
Isn't
Tulsa King.
Yellowstone on there
Marshall.
as well?
Well, Yellowstone's done, so it's like Marshalls. It's like the kids have their own
Oh.
spin-off now.
Oh, of course, because they can't let a good thing just die.
You got Landman. That's also a silly show.
Is that Billy Bong Thornton?
That's the Billy Bob Thornton one, yeah.
I mean, you got
it's funny-
the new animated Avatar film on there, which is Avatar: Last Airbender, to be clear,
Oh,
not
yeah.
James Cameron's overgrown Smurfs.
One
you
day
know.
he will stop Avatar films. One day.
Oh,
Someday.
he already talked about it.
Yeah, I heard a little bit about that. He's like, I think I can move on from Avatar because
It didn't make as much money as he wanted.
did not hit the zeitgeist I think people wanted.
Didn't it still make like $1 billion?
I think so, yeah.
So James Cameron is such a baby. Not enough people liked my $1 billion picture.
Yes.
Well, the truth is, he probably needed that thing to make $2 billion.
He did spend a better part of a decade filming, I think, 3 sequels to Avatar.
Yeah, that's why the last 2 came out so close to each other, right?
Well, it's
Didn't
like
the
3
first one
years
come
apart.
out? Yeah, but the first one came out in, what was it, 2007, 2008?
No, it's 2012,
9?
I think.
Was it 12? Really?
No, it's 9.
No, it was 9? Oh god, it was that early?
Yeah.
Because like
that's-
Avatar, it was gone for like 20 years. Or not literally
gone
20
for
years.
at least
because
a
it hasn't been
decade,
that-
yeah.
Yeah, but it was just like, oh wow. What's the next one called? Fire and Ice? No.
No, there was Way of Water, right? Way of Water was one
it
of
was
them?
Way of Water and then
Fire and
Fire
Ash.
something.
Fire
Fire
and
and
Ash.
Ash. That's the one,
Fire and Ash, okay.
These sound like updates to Valheim, in my opinion. Like just
yeah.
video game.
And
And James Cameron is not above stealing from other people.
It sounds like uninspired chapter names to a fantasy novel, like a YA fantasy novel.
That's pretty much what Avatar is, an uninspired update to a fantasy movie that appeals to all ages,
Fair
I
enough,
guess.
Doesn't appeal to
mean-
me now.
It didn't appeal to me in 2009, dude. We saw
It was a pretty movie on the big screen. That's the most I can say about it.
Yeah, but here's the weird part about Avatar. It got all of its accolades for being this beautiful movie by 2009 standards. It's not, or like, it doesn't hold up because it just was good CGI. But now CGI has been better. But it's not like it has unforgettable cinematography or these moments where you're just like, oh, the wind is sucked out of the room every time you watch it. It's just
Well, no, because it's just got a
that was great.
basic bare bones story. Like there's
And there's
nothing
no
special about the
performances.
story or the yeah, no standout performances by the characters. It's just there. It's fine.
It's a movie.
Yeah, it is a movie. A very long movie.
Things happen. People are blue.
Things happen and people are blue.
Can we get that on the 4K box set release of the review? Just WCBS.
Things happen.
happen.
People are blue.
People are blue.
Cat people.
That's
blue.
actually what you need to have as like for a throwback like Silver Age-esque cover for the Avatar parody comic that you do. Things happen and people are blue.
Avatarted. What I'll do is I'll just release a book, and it'll be every comic parody, but it'll just be a cover. That way it won't take me 15 years to do these. Because then it'll just be like, oh yeah, that's the joke in one image. Perfect.
There it is.
Jeff Hicks' Big Book of Parody. Fuck you, I'm stealing it.
No, that's an art book. That's your next art book. Just have it be a full parody art book. So pick out however many number of films, franchises, TV shows, whatever. Parody the crap out of it.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you this. I got one more full parody in me, and that is Frankenfisher, which I'm working on now. So, folks, get Stealing Solo too at stealingsolo.com. But Frankenfisher, I told myself and I told all of you, I will have that book at least funding by the time Spaceballs 2 comes out, because I don't want anybody to assume that I was influenced by that movie. Because my ideas are completely different, but I still don't want people to go, oh, like Spaceballs 2, because I would be really annoyed. But I know myself, if I don't do it now, I just would be like, oh, they made a joke that was similar to mine. I'm not going to tell this story. So
yeah,
no, I'm going to do it now. There's no reason to wait.
Do it.
So, folks, it's in production. I just wanted to let people know to get excited. Let's see. I'm just checking in with the chat before we move on to more stuff. Rod Thunderheart's been a member for 30 months. Rod says, "Hail WCBS. My writing computer is in repairs. I'm making these on a laptop I bought, and I'm working on See Through Love 2. We need to connect when you can. We need to connect when you can. Script. I liked Spidey, and I hated the villain. Yeah, I wasn't feeling the villain either. That was the one comment I had watching the movie. I don't like this supervillain, but it was Jean Grey, and that was
it was certainly a choice. But like you said, all the Spidey stuff was really good Spidey stuff.
Yeah, really good. Like, it just, even the shit he would do, people were like, oh, why didn't he just leave Zendaya on the rooftop and swing away? It's like, because Spider-Man would take Mary Jane home or do whatever. It's just how the character would operate. Is as shitty as it seems. We got what we wanted. Accuracy.
Yeah, he's gonna do the right thing. And you know what? I said it before, traditionally I want Michelle and Ned to die in all the other movies. And I was loathing their return in this one. But not only did I not hate them in this one, but I wasn't even really annoyed by them in this one, because Ned was demonstrably less obnoxious. He felt like more sincere as a character. And MJ was less like stuck up, annoying bitch. She was still quirky because that's the character, right? It's not Mary Jane Watson, it's Michelle. And Michelle has a different personality, but they made her more human and less, I don't know, like twat robot.
Yeah. I mean, also, like, she's the one who should be dating Paul, not Mary Jane. I just
well, Paul's dead now in the comics, so
good for him.
Yeah, no,
good for us.
Good for the fans.
Like, he created a character deliberately designed for the fans and readers to hate him, and he succeeded. Good on you, Marvel. You finally got one right.
But did they move enough comics to justify that?
No.
Amazing Spider-Man only moves so many comics because of the few people that are completionists for the collections, and because of the 8 million variants that they do for that book.
Dude, I'm a completionist, and even I'm like lapsed again. It just keeps happening where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get these issues, and then I get a bunch of them, and then I never read them, and I put them away, and I just go, yeah, I'm gonna finish this collection. And Andrew, I'm stopping at 1,000. What I'm gonna do is get 1 through 1,000.
You're gonna okay, all right.
That's what I tell you.
I don't believe you, really.
I don't even know when 1,000 comes out, but I do know that I went to the comic book store
September,
and the guy's like, we have, I think there were like 80 different variants, and he sat and showed me every one.
My God.
I'm like, I just want I honestly, I had one question. I said, is the John Romita cover the basic one? Because I want to buy the basic one. And so after I looked at every cover, I'm still just getting the basic one. Well, I'm not excited for that book.
Yeah, I don't think most people who are genuine leaders are particularly excited for that book.
Rod Thunderheart, thank you very much. Script, you and Rod Thunderheart gotta connect. It'll be the most Canadian thing this side of well,
They are
poutine.
there are pretty fun Canadian conversations that we have, and absolutely, I definitely want to reconnect with Rod. Well, I've been pretty busy, as you all know, trying to wrap up some productions. We actually wrapped up a good 35 minutes early today, and we had leftover food that I got to take home. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that because I'm excited to see what Rod can bring for See Through Love 2. And if you guys out there have read See Through Love 1 and are curious to see the next part of the story, I highly encourage you keep your ears open for when See Through Love 2 gets announced, because I'm pretty excited about it based on what Rod has shared with me so far.
And as an owner of See Through Love, the hardback edition, I enjoy Rod Thunderheart's work and wish him all the success. Rod, you know what's up, man. When you get number 2 out, hit me up. We'll help people learn about it.
Heck yeah.
Clone Geek, you're right. Nothing is going to matter in Spider-Man number 1000. But it's hype, bro. I can't even fake excitement anymore. I want to care. I really do, folks. But yeah, I don't know, man. All of our favorite stuff is shit the bed.
Such is life. Someone will revive it in a new, glorious way that people would not expect. And hopefully we'll be alive long enough to see it and appreciate it and go, that's how it should have been. That's what it was like when we were kids. Wasn't like that when we were adults and approaching our geriatric years, but now it's back. Enjoy it, everybody. Don't take it for granted.
I like how you're like, I hope we live to see it. That just made us feel really old. Sorry, dude. That was horrible.
Well, I mean, again, like there's those large bouts there. Like I knew people who were huge Flash Gordon fans from the serials, and they said they had one glimmer of hope during the 1980 film, and then nothing happened of that, and they were so disappointed. And I feel like, oh man, am I going to be in that situation with some of the franchises I loved, like Star Trek and you know, at this point, like I guess we're in the lull period of Marvel right now, and Star Wars, of course, and Doctor Who. I'd love it if that some new life came into those franchises by people who really wanted to be the honorable stewards to them, and still give us something new without it feeling derivative, old, or trite. That'd be wondrous.
Yeah, I like the dream too.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to see some of the old pulp characters like Buck Rogers, Doc Savage, the Shadow, the Phantom kind of get a new lease on life in the mainstream. I think that would be a lot of fun.
The Phantom actually recently had a new relaunch.
Yes, they added another title did a Phantom run, right? Because there's the original one's still going, but I'm thinking more like, oh man, I know they're trying to work on another Phantom television show. The one with Isabella Rossellini was horrible.
And my buddy Kanan White actually did a set of, I think it was connecting cover variants for that new Phantom
new run. Cool
series. Yeah, they look beautiful. I was like, I know piss all about the Phantom beyond his like place in pulp comic history.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, I'll buy your covers, Kanan, because it's Kanan. His art is incredible.
You should check out the Phantom. The Phantom's awesome.
Maybe I will.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll read those because I haven't cracked them open. Like I got them because he did the covers, and I was like, I want to make sure your covers sell. Not that one person like me is going to make all the difference in the world, but I was like, I'm going to get your covers, brother.
Every little bit.
Maybe one of these days I'll actually crack them open and read them. I have a very large to read list right now.
I'd love to tell you that there's like some definitive Phantom stories that you got to pick up and all this, but I don't even know that. I just like the character. Just, watch the movie, watch the cartoon, call it a day.
Yeah, it's a fascinating character. He has an interesting set of like villain organizations that he goes against. And yeah, check him out. I mean, the original strip is still running to this day, so.
Andrew, you don't have an excuse,
I guess
it
I do
never
not.
stops. All right, so let's check in with the audience. We are all caught up on our messages. Oh, no, we're not. Our friend Troubles Await says, hey, Andrew, Peter Cushing is dead.
I actually knew that one. Thank you, though.
Sure. You thought the guy was 112. Anyway, we have a request for number 66. Well, here you go.
Listen to this ovation. Helen Keller is here on Monday Night Raw. Across the ring, young Anne Frank ready to compete. This is something we never thought we'd see. There's the bell.
There you go. Number 66 is an odd number. It pulls up all kinds of weird calamities on WCBS. Now, Andrew, you know that Helen Keller is dead, right?
Yes.
Anne Frank?
Tragically, but yes.
Yes.
All right, just check it. Stan Lee.
I'm not. Sadly. I'm not completely ignorant to every single death that has ever happened. Just most of them.
How'd you feel about Chow Yun-Fat's death?
I had no opinion.
Because he's still alive.
Well, there you go. I still have no opinion.
Do you know who Chow Yun-Fat is?
Martial arts actor.
There you go. Okay. Hey, close enough. That's literally what he is.
His name is actually the proper description of the Asian martial artist who starred in Martial Law, this spin-off to Walker Texas Ranger.
Sammo Hung.
Yeah.
He's got some good movies. He directed a bunch of them too.
Yeah, I mean, he's a talented guy for a man of his size and girth.
Yeah. I used to watch the shit out of that show. It was like, so there was Miami Vice, and then it has its clone ripoff of Nash Bridges, and then Martial Law is like Nash Bridges, but like Walker Texas Ranger, but urban.
A little bit more urban, yeah.
I liked Arsenio Hall. He was funny.
Arsenio Hall is great. He was the voice of Winston in the Ghostbusters cartoon.
Don't you love that he got the role, but Ernie Hudson didn't sound close enough, so they didn't cast him?
I know. It's so weird.
I'd have been pissed. I'm like, I'm the motherfucker in the movie.
I'm the
Cast me.
guy.
That's wild.
They all got paid better than me. I need this cartoon money. I am Winston. I am a working man. I would have laughed my ass off if he would have.
Mm.
You know what we got to do is we got to get it together where we do a Funny or Die skit with Ernie Hudson on the phone yelling at the real Ghostbusters producers that he's not close enough to the cartoon role. I think that'd be a good skit.
Is he on Cameo? Because we could probably do that.
He is at every convention. I should just pay him his fee and be like, hey, man, can we commission you for this bit? Let's see what he says. You don't have to wear a Ghostbusters costume.
On top of that, you don't even have to really read a script. I'm pretty sure you have a plethora of reasons why you think it's a dumb idea that you didn't get to voice the character for the cartoon.
Yeah, we film him with a fake phone talking for like, hey, man, here's your direction. You got the call. You don't sound enough like yourself to voice yourself in the Ghostbusters cartoon, and you're mad. Go. And then, God, it would be, he'd probably be like, cut this part out, cut that part out, because he'd probably say some shit that he's been thinking about for 42 years. Oh my God. That's just ridiculous. I can't believe you don't sound enough like the guy.
That's a very strange thing.
I mean, it seems strange on the surface, but when you find out that there are actual celebrities that have entered lookalike contests for themselves and have lost, that happens. Famous one was Dolly Parton.
Oh, she didn't win the Dolly Parton lookalike contest.
She did not win the Dolly Parton lookalike contest.
What about
Had
the
she
Mary
had a
Steenburgen?
recent like surgery?
No, this was like decades ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just would love to have been like, I'm the real one, and then hear what their reason was not to cast or not to pick her. You don't look enough like yourself.
Big boobs are not big enough. I don't know.
It would be funny if she was like, really? Really? Andrew, one day there's going to be a lookalike contest for you. I hope you win.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, my condolences to the person who wins.
Well, I'm glad you're such a self-loathing person, man. We all love you in the chat, though.
Self-deprecating him is healthy.
Yeah, it is. Okay, did we press number 66? Yes, we did. We got the weird button out of the way. So we're at the point where a lot of stuff is about to come out, or a lot of stuff is about to come up, but we're in this weird lull. Because I don't know about you guys, but if I get bombarded with one more GTA 6 video or one more this is the end of an industry video, I think I'm gonna
oh god,
I don't know, fall off the side of the earth over the ice wall.
The industry isn't going to end. It's just migrating further east and north.
It's migrating further towards cloud gaming is what it is. Which
I
is
don't want that.
I don't either, but that's what the industry is moving towards, and that's going to be their proposed solution for the customer, for the consumer, because at that point you don't have to worry as much about the cost on the consumer side for things like RAM and computing power and all of that. If it's all cloud based, less of that has to be handled home side
locally. Yeah.
But
now you have to have a really good internet connection,
and a lot of places in the world still don't. There are places in the US that still don't. In fact,
US is in
ironically enough,
50.
ironically enough, the Silicon Valley, unless you're in an area that can get freaking fiber, your internet's crap.
Yeah.
For ridiculously high prices.
Yeah, my internet sucked in the valley.
Yeah. Like what I was paying for internet back in California, again, in the Silicon Valley, tech hub, I was getting a fraction of the speeds that I'm getting for a lower price here in Texas.
Several years later.
Yes, several years later, sure.
No,
but still,
that's the point. If it's higher from several years ago versus it is today in Texas, that's bad because it's just gone up since you've left California.
Yeah. And that's sad. That's pathetic. We are not in a place where cloud gaming should even be remotely considered the standard or even a goalpost to shoot for right now. But that's what the companies are going to be trying to do.
I mean, unless you're living in Canada, you're not going to be getting much advantage in cloud gaming because internet up here is phenomenal if you're living across the border. If you go 20 hours north, you're on satellite internet, and good luck with that.
The fact that you can go 20 hours north and still be in your same country, for me, I can go 7 hours north and be in your country.
Yeah,
like an hour into it.
Yeah, I know. We're that big.
You know what I miss in entertainment, speaking of Canadian stuff? Remember the trope in every movie, my girlfriend lives in Canada?
Oh, yeah.
I wish that would make a comeback. I've been watching a lot of just 80s shit. Like, yeah, my girlfriend in Canada. I wonder where that started from.
I don't know, but I definitely started with someone who lived on a border state.
Does Canada do mail order brides or something?
Yeah, I mean, mail order brides. It sounds like it could be a good type of throwback to an 80s sex comedy called My Girlfriend Lives in Canada. It's just a road trip to Canada to find the girlfriend, to expose the girlfriend for being fake. And then the twist is, oh, she's real and she's hot and she plays hockey.
Yeah, it's like Road Trip, but The
Road
opposite.
trip or meets Euro trip in Canada.
Mm.
Well, fuck. Now I'm gonna have to steal that idea and pay you your cut.
Yeah, we'll collab on that. We'll get that going.
Yeah, co-Reddit. There you go.
Hey, look. If they can make all this money with Obsession and Backrooms and Iron Lung, our Canadian-based sex comedies that are going to be made for like $65,000, they can turn a profit.
Do you know how many beaver jokes we could come up with for this this property here?
Oh, there isn't a day that goes by where I don't come up with a beaver joke. So I think we're going to have the sharpest, wittiest film this side of Strange Brew, my man.
Yeah, it's gonna slap.
The kids would love it if they wouldn't be offended by it. But, you know.
Who cares about the kids? F them kids.
Yeah, I don't really care either. Like, I really don't. I know it sounds so mean, but it is what it is. Our friend TLJ Screwjob says, "Fuck, Mary, kill. Sins Past, Spider-Man Reign, One More Day." Side note: is this Star Wars trilogy of the Spider-Man comics? Okay, Sins Past. Is that the one where Norman Osborn banged
Gwen?
Stacy?
Yeah.
That's the bottom of the barrel. Kill it.
Yeah.
That's a toss-up between that and One More Day in terms of bottom of the barrel, because that one is more gross conceptually, but it doesn't completely assassinate the characters of Peter and MJ, like, I don't know, selling their marriage and unborn child to the literal devil to save their dying aunt, who's already 6 days older than creation.
On the first day, God created invented Aunt May or whatever, right?
Yeah, basically, and it's the freaking line from the Grinch. Are you still living? Right? That's just, yeah, that's a toss up. That one's a tough one for me. I have a personal loathing, even though it's not as gross as Sins Past. I have a personal loathing for One More Day. So kill One More Day. I guess F Sins Past. Mary Reign. That's like, I don't like any of those stories at all.
I can sit through Spider-Man Reign. I don't like it, but there are worse stories like Sins Past.
And One More Day.
Yeah, I don't like One More Day either. I don't want anyone to think I like that story. I hate Sins Past.
A Sins Past is just gross conceptually. It's like, why would you do that?
I mean,
Who
you
proved
heard my
that?
voice when I was like, wait, is that the one with Norman Osborn? Ew.
Yeah.
It's such
Yes,
a
it
weird
is.
window of time, too. Like, during the end of the Raimi era for the Spider-Man comics. Like, in the beginning, they were coming out with some good stuff. There's this issue of Ultimate Spider-Man where Spider-Man runs into Sam Raimi and Tobey Maguire and Avi Arad on the set of the Spider-Man movie from 2002. That was funny. But then you get other crap like One More Day. Or, folks, by the way, if you're like wondering what TLJ Screwjob's talking about, the book called Spider-Man Reign is the story where Mary Jane dies of cancer because of Spider-Man's radioactive semen.
Yep. That was a choice they made.
Yep. Not a good one.
And to think, you figure Peter Parker would be wearing protection, but no.
Not when you're married. Come on.
No.
Well, with great power comes great responsibility, right? So you're just gonna.
And a great ability to wait. He's got superpowers and spider sense, right?
Yep.
Built in spider sense pullout, dude, works every time.
Oh yeah. Different type of web shot.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
That was awkward.
Wow. Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, good night. Good night, everybody.
So thank you for watching Stealing Solo 2, blah blah blah. No, I don't think an hour and 19 minutes. Honestly, I looked at it, I was like, are we at the 90-minute mark? I think this would be the best time to just play off your joke and call it a night. We've done it before, we'll do it again. If the joke's right and the timing's right, we'll just call it a day. But Sorry, an hour and 19 minutes just is not that.
That's not world class.
No. By the way, the second part of the question, side note, is this the Star Wars sequel trilogy of Spider-Man comics?
They don't count as, like, you could look at them as like a trio, but they're not a trilogy because they're not sequential with one another.
No, but I get what you mean about, are they the three worst? There are shittier one-off issues that you just will like forget exist. So also
because they were
too,
crappy
stuff-
but forgettable.
Yeah, and then there's stuff in the 70s where like Spider-Man fights the Gibbon. It's just like a dude in a Gibbon costume.
Yeah.
Or the Leaper. Well, no, Bartok's from something else. But my point is, like, there are times when there are really crappy things and you're like, what is this? So
Mhm.
TLJ
There's also
Screwjob,
just stories that are awful, like just execution wise, like not even the concept. Like the entire concept of Sins Past is disgusting and stupid, but the execution of things like, I don't know, Clone Saga, Clone Conspiracy, it's bad. It's not good.
bottom of the barrel for
Yeah.
Spider-Man. That Clone Saga, man, that is the kill story.
Yeah.
I can't even read a single issue of it. I just go, nope, time to skip it. But
Yeah, all those people that were nostalgic for 90s comics though, right? 90s were the best era in comics, according to some people. They had some of the best art at the time, you know, with the exception of certain artists. But
I just wish we'd stop having people try to make books that look like 90s comics today. That's the thing. I just go, oh, geez, it's the thing I hated from back in the day. People like so much that they're going to make their stuff look like it. And I just instantly.
I don't even know if it's a matter of them liking it. I think it's them having nostalgia for a thing that they don't remember as well as they think they did, or they never actually knew as well as they professed to.
Well, I mean, that's an interesting dilemma. Maybe we'll figure it out next time, Andrew, when we discover the meaning of the universe.
I already know that. It's 42.
Oh, yeah. Good call. I'm going to pull an Andrew. I've never seen Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh, okay. Well, you're not missing much on the movie side of things, but go to watch the BBC series. Very good.
All right. Well, then I
Very
will.
BBC of the 1980s. I'll put it that way.
Oh, so pretty awesome then?
Pretty awesome with low production value. Yeah.
I love low production value on some of this stuff. That's the appeal of it.
Yep. Oh man, it's good.
Because you get good acting, you get good ideas and good writing, but it is literally a man standing in front of a sheet with a wind machine behind him. It's like, oh, okay. That's why I couldn't believe Doctor Who as a kid, because it would play on PBS at night, and it would just be psychedelic lights on this stage, and I'm like, what is this? And so it took until Christopher Eccleston till I went, oh, okay, this is pretty cool. Now, since TLJ Screwjob asked worst comics, like, what is one that doesn't have to be on this list, but what's a story that you just go, that's the worst piece of shit I've ever read? Folks in the chat, I want to know what you're talking to. It doesn't have to be comic. It could be book, anything printed. What is the worst book that you've ever laid your eyes on?
The worst? That's so hard. Like, my answer could change depending on the day of the week. Have I had coffee? But I could give you a couple right now that at least at DC Comics that infuriated me like nothing else. The most recent example would be Tom King's Heroes in Crisis back in 2018. Essentially, he wanted to create what's called Sanctuary, which is meant to essentially be like a safe space for superheroes and whatnot who have like maybe some PTSD or they've experienced trauma, right? And so it's for them to go there and to talk things out with like a AI system. Conceptually it's stupid. Execution is abysmal and retarded, because what they end up doing is Tom King turns Wally West, who had only just fairly recently been brought back into DC Comics continuity after being gone for the whole New 52 era. He turns him into a mass murderer who then tries to flame the blame on Harley Quinn and Booster Gold before attempting to skirt responsibility by going back in time to then kill himself in the present. If that sounds retarded to you, guess what? You're right. And it was a complete character assassination of my favorite character in comics, and I wanted to scream. And Tom King should never be allowed to write for DC Comics ever again. I'm not
Have you ever
blacklisting
actually
and
screamed at a
things like
comic?
that. Have I screamed at a comic? Yes, I screamed at that one.
I just would love to see you scream at a piece of paper or like.
I was so genuinely angry because this is a character that has been done dirty so many times already. Like he may as well be the Peter Parker of DC in terms of being done dirty, but like editorially. Because historically and infamously, Dan DiDio hates Wally West. He hated Dick Grayson. Like he tried getting Dick Grayson to be the one to get killed in Infinite Crisis. Instead of wound up being Superboy. But yeah, that is one of the worst comics, if not the worst comic I've ever read in my life. I hate it with every fiber of my being. It has beautiful clay man art. I don't know how Tom King gets all the best artists at DC. It must be that CIA connection that he still has. So he has blackmail on everybody there.
No, you never leave the CIA. That's
Yeah.
Well, it's probably
Yeah,
if there's
screw Tom
money.
King.
I wish I hated a comic book writer like you guys do. I feel like I need to read more books so I can have a Uwe Boll style battle. I want to challenge my least favorite comic book writer to a smackdown. Think that would move some books, Andrew?
It might.
Could. I mean,
I would feel bad because all these dudes are tiny. I would just be beating up a bunch of little skinny guys. Like Greg Capullo is a badass dude. Nobody would fight that guy, but I can't imagine Tom King. Does he wear a straw hat of any type? Does he ever like wear plaid or flannel?
I think he wears a lot of flannel.
Yeah, he's easy. Folks, that'll be 2030. I'm gonna go fighting around the world. We're just gonna RKO every bad comic book writer. The artists are cool. They need the work. Let's see. We have Jamie Jackson says the Kane reveal in Spawn angered me. You guys ever read Spawn?
A couple issues here and there.
I read some of Spawn. And I liked the concept of the character and all of that. I was more of a Witchblade and Darkness guy though. Long before I should have been reading it, but you know, my mom didn't know, so she couldn't ground me or slap me for it.
I never got in trouble for reading any kind of comic. Nothing was like, I wasn't trying to read like X-rated shit, but nothing was off limits. It was like, oh, okay, you're reading a book. Enjoy. I just wanted to read Spider-Man and James Bond. I was basic as a kid. These books that were the wish fulfillment or fantasy books were just like, oh, hey, James Bond goes on another mission to stop the Quasimodo Gambit. That was cool. And that's about as far as I went. That's a real book, by the way. There's a couple of those that never got released. Dude, I like Dark Horse books. I read a lot of stuff. So
I like the Dark Horse Godzilla comics back in the day. I used to read those.
Are those the Arthur Adams ones?
I think so.
Because that's the best looking stuff.
I think that's who was writing them at the time, or drawing them at the time. Those were fun. Those were super fun, and I used to be able to get them at my local grocery store. I would get them when I'd get my Sonic comics.
I never purchased a grocery store comic.
Oh.
When I was a kid, we used to get a bunch of them at the dollar store because that's what I loved about the 90s excess boom. They had so many books that didn't sell. So the dollar store would get them.
Yeah.
Dude, I got all kinds of good stuff in those blind bags. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I get it that Death of Superman was overproduced, but when it was like still fairly new and I got it at the dollar store, I was pretty happy. Or like these Avengers file books, those were pretty cool. And even Spider-Man would pop up. Like Mark Bagley Spider-Man would pop up in these things, and that's how I got into that. So I bought a comic at Meijer once. See, I'm one of those people that I don't usually just buy a comic. If I go into a local shop, I'm like, all right, here goes $50 because I'm going to buy a book and then this and then that. Gotta support the local places.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's they all have cover price. No, you guys. Oh, sorry, I meant to click on this one. I'll have to check that out, Nathan. Tron Uprising sounds cool. I like Tron Legacy, and it has to be definitely better than Ares.
Isn't
It is.
Tron Uprising the animated one they did?
Yeah, 2 seasons. For season 1, pretty strong. Season 2, not so much. Kind of a Batman Beyond take on Tron.
Oh, okay. What?
I'm so
Okay.
glad I didn't make my. I was working on a character, and I had all these ideas and all this stuff written out, and I was like, "Oh wait, it's kind of like Tron." And now that you're telling me there's something that's like Tron and Batman Beyond, I'm like, "Oh wait, I'm glad I didn't work on any of that shit because that would have been just too derivative."
Mm.
Hold on for a second, guys. My phone is buzzing. Let me turn it off.
You are good. You are good. It depends on just touching on what Jeff just mentioned there, deciding, I don't want to do that idea because of thinking or worrying that it's going to be too derivative. There's no new ideas out there right now. There's taking existing ideas and turning around, flipping them over and telling them your way and doing it, from a new perspective. There's been a ton of stories that all are essentially telling the same story, but each one of them is telling it differently. So I think there's still value in doing that.
Well, I mean,
Obviously, you don't want something that's a 1-to-1, but you can
right,
do
yeah.
something that it's like, hey, this is. We do this all the time, right? When we go to our friends or our family and we say, hey, I know you like this thing. You may also like this thing because it shares some commonalities, right?
Oh yeah, I mean the old
You don't
adage
just
is
say,
there's
we
no-
only like the one thing, and that's it.
No, it's there's no new stories, only new angles.
Yeah.
And fortunately, we have 360-degree angles and 360-degree variations of that angle that you can go at too, and it scales exponentially. The question it comes down to is like, well, what are you bringing to the familiar idea that is distinct to yourself? And
Mhm.
the other part too is also don't try to placate an audience you don't have enough data gathered to fulfill. Really, it's just basically, it's like dating. You put yourself out there, and you hope that you attract a nice person of your persuasion, and from there, it's like, okay, now that I've got you hooked with my bait that I put out there, allow me to show you that you made the right decision, and then you create a relationship, get some feedback, scrutinize over the feedback, because again, there's a difference between an audience rewarding you for coming up with good ideas and you placating an audience for their ideas, because they're not going to be the same, and they might very well be the things that end up turning them off your story in that regard. So yeah, it's a difficult balancing act. It's why it's so hard for a lot of people who are in the fandom who want to write, to kind of get over that extra hurdle of like, sometimes you got to kill your darlings, so to speak. And that's a really tough thing for writers to do.
That's why I'm killing everybody in Frankenfisher. Everybody. The
That's
book's just
the
going
end,
to be a
folks.
bunch of white pages. I know that would be a horrible concept, but it would be really bold. I don't think anybody's ever done that, where like you have a 22-page book, all your characters get killed by page 15, and then the rest of it's just still shots of their dead bodies. That I think would be a fucking
That's a ballsy
fantastic
book.
comic.
That would be something else. That would be something else.
There you go. That'll be my new imprint, Troll Comics, where I just come up with really interesting ways to troll you every quarter.
As long as it's got your good art in it, I'm sure you'll be able to do something with it.
Well, thank you. I mean, you should see what I've been working on, because
Yes, I should.
well, I don't really share enough. I should share more, but they're all what I call maintenance drawings. They're literally just like bodies in motion and shit like that, because this one has some stuff I want to do. I've been studying cinematography, guys, not just looking at comic books. I've been watching all these pretentious artsy fartsy videos on cinematography and lighting, and then I go, ooh, that's a cool shot, or that's a great shot, and I've been then taking them and studying them and drawing them out myself. So
Have you been
Sure.
Have you been studying the Spielberg L?
I have not. What's the Spielberg L?
It's where he makes he does a one shot, and it always makes a hard turn in either the left or right direction, and almost at a perfect 90 degrees, and you don't realize it. And the way it's giving you spatial geography of the scene, and then how the characters are responding to the camera movement within the confines of themselves as well. Like he creates more of an intimate relationship between the characters and the camera and the audience and what they're seeing. And there's this guy who makes these really long YouTube videos about cinematography. You probably stumbled upon him at this point, but he has one that's all about Spielberg's like famous like L camera path.
I took a screenshot because I had never heard of this, and I got all the information. So I'm going to look into this more because I always want to learn how to make shit.
Yeah. And if you can find a way to translate something like that into comic book form.
That's what I'm focusing on, because I'm going cinematic this time. Like, I try not to spoil shit, but like, I already knew where I was going with this for a while. Now it's just to execute what I know I'm doing. So cinematic is usually my go-to. I'm always trying to do that, but I always like to then take the conventions that don't work in film but work in a comic book and put it together. Because to me, that's when it's like really unique. As long as it reads well, it doesn't necessarily matter if it breaks the rules. I say break all the damn rules as long as it
as long as you know why you're breaking them and how you're breaking them. Yeah.
I'm breaking this plane for a reason.
I will say this, there's a couple of shots that you have of Mark Hamill in Stealing Solo 2 that are really dynamic. And
Thank you.
Your colorist did some great shading, great work with the lighting to make it, have that creepy guy has lost his marbles aesthetic.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. That's what I was going for, and I don't really know. It's weird for me, like, to make these books. I won't say it's easy. It's not easy. It's a lot of work. But to make it is like, I know what I'm doing. To talk about it, I don't know what to say about these things half the time. I wish I had something prolific to say beyond just, hey, folks, read the book. But thank you. I
mean, you market the concept very well. That's for sure.
Yeah, well,
I think you market and promote the concept of these stories very well.
Like, stage 1, the fans want to remake The Force Awakens. Stage 2, the cast now wants to remake The Last Jedi. There's a good escalation here.
The next one, I turn it up, like, not even to 11, to like 30. It gets very intense and very insane, but it's very intentional. Because I'm like, all right, this is the last of these, and I'm not gonna do like more parody stuff. That's just not gonna be what I want to do. Because I want to create characters and create stuff that people can follow, not just an event or a joke type of thing.
I do want to see an original Jeff Hicks creation.
Oh, you will. I'm glad it wasn't my character that was almost Tron meets Batman. Well, it was nothing like Batman at all, but it was more. I knew the whole time I was very aware that it was kind of like Tron, but I'm like, no, it'll be different because it'll have a different element to it, which I'm not going to say because maybe I'll use it in the future. I don't want to give away my ideas.
Well, yeah,
but no, I do have an idea. I have original stuff. Really, what I want to do is get enough of a following just to do like those anthology stories, like I did in the back of Stealing Solo 1. Those are fun one-off stories. It would be like, I would feel like I'm going through the motions if I created like a superhero who worked in the news and had a secret identity and then tried to juggle his life. Like, because that could be 10 different heroes.
I was going to say that's several. Yeah. But if you did do that, what's your spin on it? You could still do that and make it yours.
I don't want to like, I think if I were to do a superhero book, it would be something more like a Hulk, where the character doesn't have a dual identity and the character is just always like that version, kind of like
so She-Hulky without the fourth wall break.
Yeah, if I went that route. Or I would also do it where it's just like, that's the world. It doesn't take place on Earth. It might be like creatures or something like that. That's just fun to draw. Much more than it like a roided out Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun, but after a while. Like, I don't like to do all the rendering, so that's why I don't really post all this shit, because it's never like, oh, let me study how to move my pencil in this direction and then turn it in that direction. Like, I can do it, I just don't like to do it, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, folks, you have been getting a inside look at WCBS Comics, or I guess I have a couple different names for it. I'll give you an official name down the road, but I bought all the domains for my speculative business name. So at least
nice.
Smart move. Get that out of the way. My buddy just did that for his superhero comic. I can say a little bit about it. It's a superhero has his powers and he decides to go to the most crime-ridden city in the world and see if he can actually make a difference.
So he's going to Detroit. Got it.
I was about to say, so he's in Detroit or Chicago.
Or anywhere in California.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it's a fictional city that, of course, like everything that could go wrong with it does go wrong with it. And it's a commentary on the fact that, like, well, why does Superman pick Metropolis? It's kind of a random type of city. Does it really need him? Or is he just a location for the sake of a location? In this case, the concept is like, what if a city really, really needed just a hero? And this guy who has some powers decides, I'm going to see what I can do. Help them out.
I think I'm going to do, I want to write a story for DC, like Superman's Day Off, where you learn that he just likes Metropolis because he's lazy. Like, he could handle more. He could do more. But he does it for free. And there's like a hard out. He's like, you know what? It's 7:15. I'm going to finish up. And then I'm going to get my fucking ramen. And I'm going to take it home and watch reruns of
Bonanza.
what would Superman watch on TV?
He'd watch Bonanza.
All right, Superman would watch Bonanza. Think of his dad back on the farm. So, yeah, I like to imagine that's why Superman's like, I'll make Metropolis safe. Because, you know, if something's going down at the bank, I can be back before the commercial break is over. So,
well, TiVo's now a thing, and, you know, you can always pause.
Yeah. Pause. Live TV.
But Superman hates commercials. So he just is like, I can either scroll on my phone or save an orphanage from burning down. So I think,
tough choice.
Yeah. Doom scrolling. That's Superman's greatest enemy. Doom scrolling. Also, too, I don't necessarily want to write a story that's like, how do I want to phrase it? About something bigger. I kind of want to just do something that's more direct. Like, oh, it doesn't represent X, Y, and Z. It's just this.
Well, it just has something that
story.
hits the right beats for the audience, or that type of thing, right?
Yeah. Because, you know, Wokebusters has got a lot of layers to it. Frankenfisher, it's like an onion, you know. There's just so many different things. But when cooked right, onions are delicious. So this book is cooking right, so it'll be tasty. But don't eat the books, folks. It's high quality paper, but I don't know if the inks are poisonous, so don't eat my comics. But read them. StealingSolo.com. No, not Nick Cage, thankfully, or sadly. Depends on how you want to look at it.
And you know, which Nick Cage is it we're talking about? You know,
Cocaine Nick Cage.
Cocaine Nick Cage. Oh no. Tell you what, Nick Cage was actually pretty good, but had some character breaking moments where it was like, oh, now we just have Nick Cage on the screen. It was in Spider-Man Noir.
Yeah, but that's okay. I want that.
But like, he would fully break character, and they just kept it in the cut. Where it's like, you're not even trying with the accent anymore. And the accent was only okay to begin with. Now you're just you. It was so wild to me. But I did wind up really enjoying that show.
I need to finish it.
It was very well done. I was very surprised. But it was baffling to me. I was like, what, you're not Ben Reilly now. You're just Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, but he's earned it, man. Like, is Christopher Walken really a character, or is he just Christopher Walken in every movie?
Yeah, that's kind of his whole shtick, though, right? Isn't it? Same thing with Jack Nicholson.
And
Jack
Nicolas
Nicholson's been
Cage.
pretty different up until like the mid 80s when he became Jack Nicholson.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Because at that point, that's the one that we mainly think about and mainly look at this point. Because, I mean, that's the one that played the Joker and, ironically enough, is the most comic accurate on-screen Joker. And it's really just Jack Nicholson being Jack Nicholson.
Well, it's Jack Nicholson doing what he
Sure,
does as a writer. You've seen The Departed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, great movie.
Yeah,
Jack
it's an
Nicholson
incredible
had
movie.
A lot of hand in making that film work with Scorsese. Even
Yeah.
so, to the point where like even Matt Damon goes on regular interviews and talks about the crazy things Jack Nicholson would say in order to get this character conveyed to this character how
Oh, yeah,
horrific
he's
and
good.
evil he is.
He's got a couple of interviews where he talks about like Jack Nicholson pulling him aside, and saying, you could do it like this, right? But then he goes into all these other ways, like how he's going to approach the scene instead to like make it deeper and whatnot. And it's just
If you
funny
keep the
because every
camera
single
rolling,
time
I'm gonna
it
do
just like,
this.
it just escalates to be more and more ridiculous.
No, but that's the hallmark of a good writer because Jack Nicholson started out as a screenwriter.
Mhm.
And then him and Roger Corman started making, films together. Famous one, of course, Little Shop of Horrors. Jack Nicholson was the guy that loved going to the dentist to get all the Novocaine in his teeth messed up. And then you had like Buckets of Blood and oh gosh, a couple of other crazy ones that Corman made back in those days.
Nick is a huge Roger Corman fan. So, folks, if you ever have any Roger Corman recommendation questions, Nick on the Thursday Night Show will have you covered. He's read his books. He's studied his films. He's a big fan.
See, what you should do is now you should gaslight him and then confuse Roger Corman with Russ Myers.
I'll never make that mistake.
No, most people won't.
But I don't think Nick will either because Nick has made smut. Like, he's filmed it. He's won awards. That's not a joke. Like, in Stealing Solo, I joke about Nick making a porno, but, like, we met Nick, and he's like, yeah, I've shot, like, dozens of them. So that's not really a real life. That's a joke, but it's a real life thing, folks. So
there are a lot of people, especially in camera departments, that have done all sorts of stuff. I knew guys who they were paid literally to hold the baseboard of a bed against a wall so that it wouldn't make as much noise while these two actors are going at it.
what a weird job.
I know, but that's film industry, man. Across the board.
Bedboard.
Yep.
Andrew, you got a big fan. You want to say hi? We'll put you a big on the screen.
Aw, thank you, Mary. Guys, everybody should go to Room of Requirement here on YouTube and subscribe. That is where Mary and I, we don't cover Harry Potter news yet. We will be covering the news and the episodes as they air, I believe is our plan. But right now it's mainly like Harry Potter lore discussions, a little bit of theory craft. But we try to keep it all like actual canonical and strictly source the hierarchy of the source materials. So always starting with the books, secondary source material is the films, and so forth. So check that out. It's fun. We have a good time. Mary is very good at what she does there.
What piece of Harry Potter media have you consumed the most?
The audiobooks are catching up to the films because the films, the thing is, I can throw those on and like be watching them while I'm doing a zillion other things. So I've gone through those films dozens and dozens of times. The audiobooks are close because I've gone through the Jim Dale ones multiple times. I've gone through the Stephen Fry ones multiple times. I'm almost done with the final books of the newly released full cast audio editions, which are great because they add in all of the other like sound effects and music score and all this stuff. Everybody's voiced by their own individual voice actor or actress. The production value on it's fantastic. Beyond that, I have some like 700 hours in Hogwarts Legacy.
Jesus.
I played the crap out of that game.
That's a lot.
That game is absolutely
185
wonderful.
hours I put on WWE was a lot.
Oh man, let me tell you, that's not even. It's probably top 5 hours in single player games for me, but it's not top 3.
What is number 1?
So most people aren't going to be familiar with this franchise because it's a JRPG, which is already a niche genre, and then it's a niche franchise within that genre, Xenoblade.
I think everybody
Which
here
just-
is going to know that one.
Maybe not. But it just recently got a switch to like updated version, 60 FPS, 4K, which is nice. Xenoblade 2 specifically. That game's like internal game clock, where it stops tracking your hours played on your profile on your save game, caps at 999 hours, 99 or 59 minutes and 59 seconds. It did that for me at least a few hundred hours ago. So I have a lot of hours in that game. And that's
Okay,
just
so
on
how-
one save file.
How often do you still play it?
I play it pretty frequently. Like it's one of those
okay,
things
That's what I was
where
going to ask.
it's one of
like,
those things where I don't have a lot of free time to game, but if I just know that I only have a little snippet of time, I'll go in on there and I'll just mess around. I'll do some challenges, even though I've beaten them all already, just because it's a game that I enjoy.
Yeah, that's how I am with GoldenEye. That's why I asked
Yeah.
you to elaborate, because I'm like,
Like that.
I'll still turn it on. Like, I looked into it once and it said I had like 150 hours on it on Xbox. I'm like, Jesus, that's a lot of time. But I'm like, then I played it on Nintendo 64 on top of that. So I think for me, San Andreas would be the game I put the most time in, because you have I had it on 3 or 4 consoles, but I know I cleared like 200 hours on a couple versions because I just would drive around.
Mhm. Oh, yeah.
endlessly.
I
I
would
never
do that
decided
on
on
when I was still playing Cyberpunk before one of the more recent the last update before the DLC broke all my mods, which essentially broke all my game. I had like 600 something odd hours on that because I would just drive around Night City. I would hop on the bike or hop in one of the muscle cars and just cruise around through Night City or through the desert area and just have fun. Like, kill a little bit of time. Like, oh, I've got 25 minutes to kill right now. I'll just screw around on this, right?
That's what I'm doing with Just Cause right now, or Just Cause, excuse me, part
Nice.
3, because it was a $5 game and it's really fun to just get the character and as high in the sky as you can and just fly around on a wingsuit. Don't even need the car. After watching all these GTA videos, I'm thinking to myself, can GTA be fun, or is it just going to be like so over the top realistic because they want to show off what they can do that it's going to like take all the fun out of the game? I'm worried that's what's going to happen.
See, that's why I stick with old games. Like I've been playing Project Zomboid for maybe a decade, a long time, and I think I've got like 1,200 hours on it. That's
a lot.
Yeah, but that's over like a decade. That's like 100 hours
Sure.
a month.
Yeah.
Or 100 hours a year. Sorry. Like it's
Yeah.
Well,
You also do a lot of time intensive things for your job,
yeah.
right? You're not
I don't
you're,
get enough
you
rest.
don't just have free time coming out your ears and your nose to dump in 100 hours in, a few weeks on a game, right? You've got a job.
No, I mean the last 2.5, almost 3 years have been very busy for me with very few down, like in between gig stuff periods, which is nice. Or like during COVID, that was a lot of a slow. That was
Yeah.
pretty slow. And knock on wood, no writer's strike, so that's also nice.
Nice.
Yeah, they avoided that, so things are looking okay there. We'll see how the next level of talks are as I go through. But yeah, like I do want to play some more games because I mean I like Conan Exiles, I liked Windrose, I liked Valheim. Sandbox games where you actually have like missions and also a creative aspect of it as well. That helps a little. I like the old. I mean, I like the PC version of GTA. Like, I got original GTA 1 and 2 for my computer. These are the top-down, crazy, pixelated GTA versions.
I love the voices. They all have that.
Yeah, yeah.
Fake whatever
All the
sound.
phone calls, yeah.
I don't know, man. I guess I watch too much of this shit in between, like making content or cooking. So that's kind of what's been on my mind is this GTA crap. And I'm like, I always say I'm an agent of chaos. I really wish this game would suck and it would just have a huge revolt. Like, I would love to see that the $1 billion product that everybody was so hyped for sucked. Because then I want people to kind of wake up and go, oh, maybe I should be a little more discerning in my purchases, not just whatever everybody tells me is going to be the next best thing.
I'm fairly confident that's probably going to be the top selling game of all time. Whether that's enough for it to actually make a profit, because supposedly the like cost for this thing is also the most expensive game of all time. So whether they're actually able to turn a net profit on that soon is another matter. Obviously, when they release GTA Online, whatever, 2.0 or whatever they're going to call it, right, for this, they'll make crap tons of money from people buying Shark Cash or whatever they end up calling it.
They'll find a way.
That's one of the reasons why they took so long to make this one, because they were just printing money with number 5s online.
Yeah, I would say.
What reason did they have to make a new one?
Well, I mean, that's why I think even though they spent a ton of cash on this new one, it's like, is how much of a cut from the profits of GTA 5 was that cash? Because I don't think it would be as significant as we'd expect it to be. It's like, no, if GTA 5 has been making, money hand over fist for the last, decade plus?
Yeah.
Then whatever they're spending on GTA 6, they don't care. It's already been bought and paid for, and it's like pure money from that point on.
And that's fair. That is a fair point. But at that point, you're not. I don't really know how I want to put this. Because if you're still spending, because the rumors are that this game was like upwards of $1 billion for its development, which is insanity.
That is pretty insanity. Yeah.
That more than doubles what Destiny 2 was, which was I'm trying to remember. I feel like it was upwards of like 300 or 350 million, if I remember, which also sounds ludicrous, right? The budgets for these games are out of control. That's an entirely separate conversation, but like that feels pretty ridiculous to just skirt off of that. Now, if they end up releasing this game and they do genuinely knock it out of the park for that fan base, then okay, I guess money well spent and invested, and if it does right by its fans, then I guess they deserve the success.
I mean, it's also scalable in the sense that once it's out there, they do their updates, more people start buying the game as it starts to grow in popularity, and then you have that FOMO aspect of it, and you get your hardcore fans, then you get your new generation of fans, and yeah, things kind of blow up that way, and it happens with any property, especially a legacy property that's able to actually hit the zeitgeist. I mean, it doesn't even matter of the quality at that point. If it's just popular enough that people are going to spend some cash to take a peek, even if they do get a couple of those refunds from like Steam or whatever gaming platforms that offer it after so many hours of play, that circulation alone is still very lucrative for the game.
Yeah, and it's going to be a super, super small percentage of people that actually do that, because the truth of the matter is you do have a subset of normie gamers who are, we would call them these days, your ball and gun gamers. They basically play 2, maybe 3 games, maybe 4, and those are usually Call of Duty, whatever the new Madden is, maybe whatever the new NBA game is, and then GTA. And so if they're only buying basically a couple of games a year, they're going to be like, sure, why not? $100 for this. I'm going to be playing this now for however many years it was that GTA 5 came out from then till now. Yeah, something ridiculous, right? Like you're going to get your $100 worth, right? The trick there, though, is you're going to be spending way more than $100 if you're playing the online mode of that, because you're probably going to also be buying the MTX stuff, right? So, and that's, you know what, that's fine. If those are the games you enjoy, those are the games you enjoy. And it's not really my business or concern. But the market does tend to skew towards how those gamers respond to things.
Well, this game's too big to fail. It doesn't matter what. It's going to help usher in the all-digital future that nobody wants. There's really nothing people can do. I wish enough people would say no and just not buy it, but
You know, someone's just going to hack it, and you'll be able to download the game independently of the cloud server and have it in perpetuity.
I mean, I hope. I just don't want the thing to to suck, because I am the diehard GTA fan. I've just been bored waiting 13 years, so
sure, it's a long time to wait.
Yeah, I just gave up on it. I mean, my friend's kid's like so excited for Grand Theft Auto. I'm like, oh, what'd you think of whatever? He's like, I've never played the other ones. I'm like, why are you excited? Because I saw it on TikTok. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, of course, his dad bought the damn thing. Oh, he's gonna love it. It's like, dude, I don't think the kid even is gonna be good at it. But anyway, I digress. My point is, I hope it's fun. I hope it's what Grand Theft Auto is, but I don't think it's gonna. I think the people that are making it have lost their satirical edge. So I don't think we're going to get the biting commentary. I don't think we're going to get the tongue-in-cheek nature. I don't think we'll get the over-the-top violence or gore or any of that shit. I think it's going to just...
It's going to be in the hands of the player to fill in the gap.
I think it's just going to be a safe game. Like, they don't want controversy anymore on social media. So they're just going to go ahead and make this the tamer Grand Theft Auto.
So
that's my guess.
Be Wayne Brady and Choka bitch in Grand Theft Auto 6. That's what I'm seeing.
I want it to be that, but it's supposed to be like this 03 Bonnie and Clyde bullshit, where it's like you and your girlfriend.
You can make that work. You could make that work, and if they were, and I say this as somebody who's not even a GTA fan. To this day, I've still not played one, but I have basically all of my friends do, and so. You could still make that premise work for the single player, but do it in the, do it with the GTA 5 flavor, which was the bombastic, turn everything offensive up to 11 thing, take no prisoners, be classic South Park, right? Where you're taking shots at everybody, do that and you're going to make your money.
Well, I don't think they have the balls to do it anymore, man.
They might not. Or the alternative is that it came out now instead of something like 2020, which would have been closer to the to a lot of these companies giving far more credence to the woke crowd than they really deserved. Because that's more or less on the way out, and it has been for a couple of years now. We'll see. It'll bear out in one way or another.
I think this game's been in production for so long that some of those ideals are definitely going to be present. Because it's not a clean franchise. I mean, the beer's called Piss Water. Like, that's the name of it.
Pisswasser, yeah.
Yeah. And then my favorite as a kid, I'll never forget, there was just a giant painting on the wall in Grand Theft Auto 3. It was TW and then the @ sign. And as a kid, I was like, I get that. And it was like so funny. And I don't think Grand Theft Auto will ever do anything that dumb or that funny ever again, which makes me kind of sad. Oh, I'm glad it made you laugh, Script.
So. Oh, I mean, I remember those days. Yes, that was when satire was at its peak, right before people stopped understanding what it is and how to recognize it.
Well, people are just dumber now. I watched an hour-long video on how TikTok and how we got to Idiocracy. Subtlety is lost. All of the nuance is lost. But
come up with
Dumb
a
crap will work.
you come up with a new supervillain, the TikTok Queen, where she commits crimes that only last about 25 seconds.
That's actually pretty good. We need Superman to fight her.
Yeah, it'll be a good Flash villain too.
Yeah, she could. The whole issue could be 1 second of the crime in the Flash fight. Yeah, we could work it out. Andrew, let's have you write a Flash comic.
Dude, I'd love to write a Flash comic. It'd be a Flash comic I'd actually want to read. There hasn't been one of those in a little bit.
Same with me and Spider-Man. I'd be like, this is gonna be a classic story.
There's so many good stories you could still tell with the Flash, and they're, in my opinion, just not doing it. If people are enjoying the current Flash book, that's fine. I'm just not one of them.
I haven't read a Flash book since Francis Manapul back in the day.
Ooh, yeah, Francis Manapul, New 52 Flash, one of the rare, genuinely good books during
the
that
artwork
era
was
in
great.
DC. Oh, Francis Manapul, his artwork is really, really good. His panel layouts are spectacular. He does such cool things with the paneling, and I love non-traditional paneling when it's done well. Sometimes you're like, all right, you were just being different to try and be different. You didn't actually accomplish anything here. But yeah, I love really cool panel layout designs, and Manapul is really spectacular at that.
Oh, so have we missed anything in terms of stuff?
I don't really think so. Not
I mean,
that
I
much
see-
happened this week.
I mean,
I see
yeah,
people
it's just
trying
like
to. Good.
earlier. Yeah, we're in a lull of we're in that in between stage. It's like the eye of the storm of entertainment. Like some good stuff is on its way, some stuff we hope is good but might be bad is coming up.
Just wait till Doomsday comes out, right?
Well,
Yeah, that's when
oh,
we'll have
yeah.
our next episode in 4 months.
Well, no, this Sunday Lanterns premieres, right?
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, could be.
I don't have
terrible.
HBO Max currently. Should I sign up?
I mean, if you do, you could use it as a write-off. So
There's that.
you know, I like Kyle Chandler as an actor quite a lot, actually. I have zero interest in this show as somebody who both loves Green Lantern and specifically Hal Jordan, and also Jon Stewart. I grew up with Jon Stewart in the animated series. I just have less than zero interest in this show. Not one thing that they have shown me yet has given me reason to be excited for this show.
I saw that one trailer and I saw that one trailer.
Yeah, it was a trailer.
Yeah, it was, and that's all I can say about that. I'm trying to be positive, folks. Okay, I'm trying to be nice, trying to be world class, but I can't be. Now, I just don't care about the DC universe anymore. I know it seems preemptive to jump the gun, but look,
Nice
I like
pun there.
Superman. What?
Nice pun there.
Thank you. I liked Superman. I didn't like Supergirl, and I don't really care about a lot of the character choices that are coming out. If Lanterns is this amazing show, and I hear all this hubbub about it, I'm willing to watch it, but I'm not excited. I'm also not excited for the Avengers, but at least Spider-Man was good to where I'll go, superhero movies don't have to suck. Can we
They
just
don't,
stop
yeah.
making them crossover, multi-universe, extravaganzas? Just keep them a little smaller.
Find some discipline with the cameos. I would put it that way. Brand New Day had good discipline with some of the cameos there.
I would have preferred Spider-Man Brave New World.
Yeah,
The
me
Aldous
too.
Huxley crossover.
There you go. Spider-Man versus Red Hulk. Yeah.
Yeah, Harrison Ford could come back again just for another paycheck.
I know. I'm so disappointed that they completely lost faith in the leader and then just redid him for that film.
Yeah, and I hated how they did the reveal just like it was Arnim Zola in Civil War. Where
Yep.
it's like, hey, we're in this military bunker. Let's watch this footage. We just made the same movie over again.
It was literally a traced movie from other set pieces of successful MCU films.
But guys, it has Anthony Mackie as Captain America. Isn't that awesome?
No, I like him as Falcon, man. Like,
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
I liked
they
it as
should have
Falcon.
kept Falcon, Cap, and Bucky as a 3-man group. That would have been just
Dude,
fun
yeah,
to watch.
have them as a freaking squad.
yeah.
Because like the few minutes that they're together in Civil War is great. Once they
Mhm.
get in the Volkswagen, it's like, I'm not moving the seat up for you. Like that shit's funny. And then they get along, and Bucky has to wait. No, he loses his arm in the other movie. No, wait, Iron Man does blow it off. Sorry. When you've seen all 30 of those films, you're just kind of like, what happens there? And then you
Getting
realize,
close to
oh,
40 films now.
I've watched every one, but I haven't watched every TV show like Hawkeye or Moon Knight or She-Hulk. Just not going to do it.
Man, I wish I had She-Hulk. I would have made that show so freaking amazing.
Honestly, I just wouldn't have made it. Call me a sexist. I don't care. I would have used that slot for like Aunt May's cooking shit. No, I would have done like an
Yeah.
X-Men TV show or some dumb shit. If I had free reign to do whatever I wanted.
Yeah,
think
dude,
these
you could
things
do
would
New
work better as
Mutants.
TV
Oh,
shows.
wait.
X-Force, X-Factor, Extreme.
That-
I don't.
Wait,
I
that's
actually
why
would have
you
preferred. I would have preferred a well done New Mutants over an X Factor or X Force, to be honest.
That's why you should watch X-Men 97, Andrew, because all those teams show up.
They do.
They even have an X Factor opening.
Oh yeah,
That
I
was
thought that was clever. That was a pretty good
Yeah.
one.
Or anyway, that was X-Force. Sorry.
It was X-Force, right? Because they didn't do the X-Factor stuff. But
So as
the
a kid-
Polaris episode was all right. I thought that was not bad.
The which one?
The Polaris episode.
Yeah, the animation looked great too.
Hmm.
Polaris is a cool character that does not get utilized very much, but that's because nobody knows who she is.
In this cartoon, they changed it.
Hmm.
She's been around for 2 seasons now.
Okay.
They don't, much to my chagrin, they don't hang on the original X-Men. Or okay, the cast from the 90s cartoon is present in every episode, but they're not, it's never just them. Like, it's got to be like, we got to throw in Cable. And I know Cable was around for like a couple episodes. Or
Mhm.
throw in Bishop, or we'll throw in like Polaris, which is fine. Don't get me wrong. It's not like a critique or criticism, but I'm like, man, it would be great to see the original team go fight instead of also throwing this one in and Sunspot and this one. Like, but they got them all. They hit all the bases. It's all the characters are pretty damn good. They even do episodes about Omega Red and other characters. So
I will say that episode with Wolverine and the old team getting back together and doing that whole bunker thing, that was kind of a weak one for me.
it was a basic episode, but I liked it because it felt like a 90s story. Where
It
it's
felt
we're
more
gonna
like the
infiltrate
video
this
game,
base.
one of the video games from the 90s than
Children of the Atom.
Every X-Men video game is the same. We go
Mm-hmm.
to a secret military base, we fight off shit at night, and then once we're done, we fly home.
and you primarily
Give me
play
an
as
HD
Wolverine.
remaster of X-Men Legends 1 and 2, and I'll be happy as a clam.
How happy are clams?
I don't know.
No, they're
but
always smiling.
They must be happy enough because we have the phrase, right?
Yeah,
So
it's
pie
just
must be easy.
Yeah, they got a pearl all the time.
well,
I don't know. I didn't come
folks.
up with these phrases. Damn it, Jeff.
you should. You're not a doctor or a poet.
Oh. Or a physicist.
All right. Well, maybe you'll be a kinesiologist next week. Who knows?
And maybe I'll know whoever died that week too.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Let's
Well, we
keep it
should
real.
start sending you obituaries.
I'm going to
Everyone's
send you
a critic.
obituaries from like 1986. Did you know that George O'Hanson died in Phoenix, Arizona, Andrew?
Wow, that's remarkable. No, I did not, nor did I care.
Yeah, me neither. But hey, I thought you should know.
I guess more knowledge can't hurt.
Yeah, but there's also so much useless information out there. Wasn't
You're
that
not
a
wrong.
wasn't that a skit on all that useless information?
It might have been. Gosh, it's been so long since I watched that show, but I watched it a lot growing up,
Yeah,
along with a lot of those Nickelodeon shows, man.
that was my SNL as a child, and then I
Yeah.
started watching SNL.
I mean, it's essentially what it was.
it was a good show, man.
It was age appropriate SNL, right? And
Yeah,
then
and it was
a lot of
actually
those
funny.
actors and actresses went crazy.
Well, because they were treated poorly.
Nickelodeon and Disney do not have a good reputation with child talent.
No, their reputation is genuinely awful. There's only a handful that I know of specifically, at least that I can recall their names, who didn't like go off the deep end and go crazy. And instead they just kind of went, did their own thing, got married, and then mostly stayed out of the public eye, or they would every now and then do an indie project or something. It's like,
I
good
know
for
the ones
you
that
for
went
like
crazy.
being a normal human being.
I know the ones that went crazy, got out of the business, and then became sane afterwards.
There are some of those, yeah. And good for them for, eventually course correcting their noggins. Obviously there's a lot to unpack with that. And some of it is on the studios and corpos, and some of it's also on some of their parents. You hear horror
And
stories
those
about
weird
that as
people
well.
that are working around these kid actors.
Yeah. I had no idea until very recently that Macaulay Culkin married, what was his name? Brenda.
You mean the Asian lady?
Yeah, Brenda. Is it Song?
We'll go.
I want to say it's Brenda Song, but she was on the show with the twin kids. That was on the ship, right? Or
Zendaya.
no. I can't remember the names.
Well, the thing is, all of these shows came out right when we were just too old to watch them completely.
Yeah, it was like I'm now getting into like late middle school or high school, and so it's like it's my younger
Dude,
sister
some of
that's
these
now
shows
watching
were
these and stuff.
college.
Yeah,
Like the one with Selena Gomez. I'm like, I flipped on Disney by mistake because I thought it was
Selena
the only
Gomez had a
version in the
TV show?
building. Yeah,
Was
she
it
was
the
on
Waverly Place, right? That was the remake
Yeah.
of the British one from the 80s that I watched as a kid.
Oh
For,
gosh, I
a
had
brief
no
time.
idea.
Yeah.
All I was gonna say, Andrew, is I've never seen the show either. Then I looked at it and it said 2013. I'm like, yep, that was a junior in
Zach
college.
and
I wasn't
Cody, that's
watching.
what it was. Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. Yeah, Brenda Song was a female character in that, and she was kind of cute and funny.
But she's
For the
gotta be,
time.
like 15 years younger than Macaulay Culkin then.
Maybe, but they're married now and they have a kid, and I've seen him in interviews and her in interviews, and they seem like they're just like happy, relaxed, normal people now. It's like, oh,
Well, I
what?
mean, Macaulay
for you.
Culkin got away from his parents at a young enough age to be normal because
And he got to
all the
keep all his
Culkin kids
money.
are being forced into entertainment when they didn't want to.
Well, yeah, eventually he got to get his money. Yeah, that was a whole thing. When I learned of that, I was like, geez, what the hell?
Yeah, I went on this like deep dive of Macaulay Culkin last year at Christmas, and it didn't make me dislike him at all, but I like overdid it where I'm just like, oh yeah, I can only talk about Macaulay Culkin at Christmas now. He's a once a
You
year
know what?
type of guy.
Fair enough. I apologize for bringing him up.
He's not Chevy Chase where multiple
Oh.
times a year.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Have you seen a Chevy Chase movie?
I have let's see, my family on DVD has
Snow Day, good enough.
no, it's a different one. Oh gosh, why am I blanking on the name right now? It's the golfing one.
Oh, it's Caddyshack.
Yeah, Caddyshack. Yeah, I've seen that.
The golfing one. I should have just said Happy Gilmore.
I guess you could have said that, but the no, Caddyshack.
So you've
Yeah.
seen Caddyshack. You haven't seen any of the Vacations.
I have not.
You haven't seen Fletch.
Yeah, you're missing out
No.
on that one.
No, I haven't seen Fletch.
When you watch that movie, though, you can't look at your phone or have any distraction. You have to listen to what he says because that's the movie. Like, he says this really weird shit. You're like, what is
Yeah.
he talking about?
And it
if
requires
you-
context of what's actually happening.
Well, it's
A
like
little
little
bit.
bitty. Like he's trying to go to the airport, and he's like, she's like, oh, in Provo. He's like, Provo, Spain or Provo, Utah? And just like little things like that where you're like, what? And like, the
Provo
whole
is a
movie's-
place in Utah.
Yeah.
yeah, but like
I
that's
did know
the-
that actually.
But the gag of a lot of this shit is it's like Beverly Hills Cop, where it's a guy that shouldn't be in places, but he can talk his way into places. Except Beverly Hills
Okay.
Cop is a little more straight, and Fletch is far goofier.
Yeah. He does have some clever things to say to get out of very peculiar situations, especially in Fletch too.
I just think of that Zippity Doodah scene every time I watch that movie. It's
I'm
so
just thinking
dumb.
about this time when he escapes from the morgue.
Oh
And he talked
yeah,
about like, is everybody okay? Did I land the plane?
Wow. Yeah.
So-
I don't think I watch Fletch Lives very often. Maybe I'll rectify that. I think I own it on disc. They released the soundtrack, but never the original soundtrack.
Oh, and have you seen the John Hamm Fletch, the third one?
No, Confess Fletch. I need to watch it.
Yeah, it's actually not bad. Like John Hamm is pretty good.
I mean, I like him as an actor.
Oh, me too. Yeah, he's
He's a much better actor than Chevy Chase ever was, even though I like Chevy Chase.
oh yeah. And
A
Chevy
lot.
Chase is the type of guy whose own arrogance kills his ability to be very, very, very funny.
It's funny though, like you'll hear these negative stories about him, right? Like, and they'll tell you what he said. If he ever said something stupid like that to me, I don't think I could help from like laughing in his face. Because I don't think I would find it funny. I don't know if I'd find it sad either, but
Well-
I would laugh. I'd laugh at his face. I couldn't hold it back.
That was the joke that the show Community was playing on Chevy Chase for the entire time he was on that series. Because Chevy Chase did not get it. He didn't think it was funny at all.
Mm.
And everybody else around him was like, oh, this is brilliant. We got to keep running with that.
So that's now the ongoing bit.
It was well, I
Right.
mean, until Chevy got so annoyed and ticked off that he quit the show, and Dan Harmon was also making fun of him in between seasons at various like public talks or stand-up things as well. Even like shared voicemails of Chevy Chase screaming at him about this show and how it doesn't make sense and it's terrible. It's
I've
very
heard
I
those.
mean, I can see how somebody could get annoyed at that.
Folks, next week we will go deeper into why Chevy Chase is hated. Welcome to our
Really?
14-part documentary series here on Tuesday nights, The Decline of Chevy Chase. And at the end
That's the
of
new
week
series.
14, we're going to have an interview with Bill Murray, and he's going to tell us firsthand exactly what an asshole Chevy Chase is.
yeah, Chevy Chase to success away. There we go.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
That's
you
pretty
know.
good. I
Gonna have
appreciate
a
that
knack
naming
for this
convention.
It's so funny too. Like, I was watching that SNL movie that they made like 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, Jason Reitman's
was-
thing.
Yeah, it was pretty good. But Chevy Chase walks up to him and says, "You should be embarrassed." It's like, because you didn't get more screen time? Because I thought it was a pretty solid movie. Now, I wasn't there. I don't know how accurate it was, but I enjoyed it.
I remember hearing a bunch of the stories about the first night of SNL and college, and this movie essentially just like was playing into that. So it was well done.
I don't think I'd ever watch it again, but I'm glad I watched it when I did.
Mhm.
Last year was the year of, man, I have accidentally consumed a lot of John Belushi material, and I don't think I like him that much. But I don't dislike him. He was in like every book that I was reading that would have a section on Belushi. All these movies would have a thing about Belushi or have him in it. I'm just like,
Really?
oh.
That's kind of
yeah.
funny.
And it all happened at once, too. So that's just, I got burnt out on the old Albanian Oak. I wanted to read more about Dan Aykroyd, but, you know, all you have to do is meet Dan Aykroyd and ask him questions about his life, and he'll talk to you for like 12 hours straight.
Yeah,
So-
he's got a great history of his family in Ottawa and supernatural stuff and Crystal
Really?
Skull vodka. Yeah, he'll go all over the place. It's great.
And I actually
That's kind of cool.
genuinely want to hear what he has to say. I wouldn't be I wouldn't have to pander to him. Like, come on, Mr. Aykroyd, tell me. I call him Dan. Fuck it. Like, tell me more stories.
Yeah.
Man, tell me how we're gonna be able to make a sequel to Dragnet. Come on, let's do it. You and
Yeah,
Hank
have you-
back together
Thanks.
again.
I'd ask him like how many drugs were taken on Nothing But Trouble. That movie is just
Yes. Oh God,
fucking terrible.
Dan,
Andrew,
let's sit
don't
down
watch
and do an audio commentary on Nothing But Trouble. Let's go retro.
Yeah. So Dan, who the fuck came up with this?
And what specifically did they take prior to writing it?
So you lost a bet. How did you lose it? And how did this become the punishment?
Yeah. Were there any roles originally written for Belushi in this film? Oh, is that too mean? Nah.
No, that's funny.
I was watching something on Ghostbusters the other day. They're like, yeah, this movie was bittersweet because it was supposed to be, Belushi and that. And then it ended with, oh, imagine what could have been. And I go, you know what? I wish he was still alive, but I'm glad we got the movie we got because it is excellent. And you don't want Belushi in it trying to steal the scene. You don't want Eddie Murphy in it trying to steal the scenes. You need balance. So Ghostbusters has balance. Oh, let's see. When is my dissertation on Belushi happening? 35, folks. I guarantee it'll be out there. Columbia University is the higher education institute. So find out then. Also, which bullshitter would be friends with Dan Aykroyd? Me, because I like Dan Aykroyd. I'd be the one that'd be like, sorry, guys, I'm taking Dan Aykroyd. Nick can have Jay Chandrasekhar. Kendo can hang out with Tom Cruise. Dion can hang out with Kathy Bates. It'll be fine.
Yeah, does he like the new Matlock series? I guess
I mean, he has Paramount Plus for one sole reason.
for that
And that's
series, huh?
No, it's because I logged him in on it, but he has watched it. So,
Oh man! Speaking of Jay Chandrasekhar, they got Super Troopers 3 is coming out.
it just came out this past weekend. I heard it was good.
Oh, I'm so behind on that. I thought it was this weekend it's coming out, but I got to catch up now because
Script.
Man.
I haven't even seen part 2, so I really need to catch up.
part 2 was not too bad actually.
I missed it because it came out right before. I think it was like 2019 is when it came out. So it was back when I was very busy.
Yeah.
I think I'll go watch that instead of the Odyssey because I'm not interested in the Odyssey still.
I still
you,
got to
Andrew?
complete episode 2 of Spider-Man Noir.
I
Keep falling asleep to it. Just
think Batman's better than Spider-Man Noir.
well, I'm gonna check out the other episodes. I mean, yeah, because they introduced the Riddler, I think, in the ones that I've seen.
Yep,
But he's
they
not.
did.
He's not like it's a pun on his name. He's not doing riddles.
How many episodes have you watched?
I think the first 3 or 4.
Because he starts doing riddles, but they're really like intentionally bad. So I'm sure that'll anger people because it's slightly different, but this Riddler works fine for me. I don't think you could have that type of manic 60s Riddler in this show.
Yeah,
I don't think it
well,
would
Frank
fit.
Gorshin really did redefine the character.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah. I love his take on the Riddler.
I still like the Jim Carrey Riddler. It makes me laugh. So
Well, I mean, the Jim Carrey Riddler is just Frank Gorshin's Jim Carrey disguised, really. Just
is it over the top? I can never tell.
Of course, John
So-
Glover's interpretation of the Riddler is way more like sophisticated. I dig that one too. There's a fine
I think
balance.
his performance as the Riddler is much better than his performance as whoever the hell he was playing in Batman and Robin.
Oh, he was the Floronic Man.
Okay, I didn't realize he had a character name. He was just that
Yeah.
scientist that made Poison Ivy.
Yeah, he Dr. Woodrow. Gosh, what was his other name?
Woodrow Wilson, perfect.
No. But yeah, his death would have led to him being the Floronic Man, I guess, if they wanted to follow that up with if it didn't do so badly in theaters.
Yeah, it's not a good movie, man. I know
No.
people try to like look at it with the actually lens, but no. I'm sorry. If you like it, more power to you, but
There's some
It really stinks.
charming aspects to it, but overall, it is still a bad. I mean, I would watch it over the Batman just because at least the villains have a plot and it makes sense to them, and it's not convoluted. But yeah, it's still not a good movie.
Yeah, but there's nothing as laughable as when the Nirvana just starts playing.
Yeah,
And Batman's like, Batman's log supplemental. I've entered the Batcave. Alfred's here. It's just like it felt like somebody in college that's our age wrote this shit in like 2010. They're like, that Nolan movie's good, man, but this is how I would do it. Real art.
it's very first year college student take. Yeah,
It's just that part always kills me because anybody that like calls upon the power of Kurt Cobain to talk about art, I just go, oh God, no.
so
Like,
you've
please
only
not
just
Kurt Cobain.
discovered music, huh? Okay.
Like, cool. I remember when he got shot. Allegedly,
I
he
was
did it
born
himself.
in it, molded by it.
By it. Oh,
I
too bad you
knew what
guys didn't
grunge
watch
was before you even became a man.
it. Yeah. By then it was blinding.
Like,
Did
then
you
it
guys
had a
watch the Bane
spell.
raps I sent you yet? Okay, I sent you the link last week. Give it a watch, man. It'll
Did
change
you?
your life. Yep. I can
Is it-
resend it again. Don't worry.
Was it XDMs?
Huh?
Was it in
Oh, yeah.
Twitter
Yep.
DMs?
Right after the
I don't
show
remember.
last week.
I don't remember getting that. Though
That's okay.
Twitter is also awful about actually sending you notifications for DMs.
You can just end with Twitter is awful, and that's accurate.
You know what? Yeah, you are
They're
correct.
changing their monetization practices now. I had a email
I
about
saw
that
that.
yesterday.
I
I'm like,
saw that.
oh, great. I get paid from Twitter. Let's hope it continues that way. Yeah, I still don't get Twitter though, man. It's just a hole. It's a trap, as they say. It just gets you there, and you can't leave. But guys, I think it's time for us. I don't want to go because we get more people tuning in later into the show, but it's been a weird week. Like I said, there's not too much going on. I know people are still dumping on the Odyssey on Twitter, but it's $1 billion picture now. So what do you, is it a flop, right?
I mean, I guess it depends
no.
on how much you spent on it, because clearly its gross is pretty darn good.
No, it's. I mean, financially, it wouldn't be a flop. Plus, Nolan gets points on the back end, so everybody's making good money off of that. It's a Nolan film. Not a big fan of how he bastardizes stories for the sake of his own pretentious take. I did find that interview he did with the historian, the literary historian, and how she really kind of messed around with him, and he didn't pick up on it. Was quite good. Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna have to send me that.
Oh, I'll see if I can find it and send it to you. It's like 13-minute interview.
I gotta see that.
It really
That'll
does
bring
kind
me
of
joy.
It shows you that Nolan really is hiding behind his British accent to sound intelligent to Americans.
I mean, that's not hard to do, I guess.
Oh no, I mean, yeah, I love the Americans, but they're easily fooled by a well-spoken Brit.
It's true. It is true.
It commands authority.
And it shouldn't. Shouldn't that be like the least authority commanding thing in the world for an American?
No, Cockney would be like, "Oi!" Like that would just make you laugh. Like I'm not taking.
I
that
can't
just
take you
serious.
seriously with
British
that.
accent in general. That should automatically throw up all the red flags and flares.
It's like, yeah.
But it doesn't, for whatever reason. We'll learn our lesson.
It's a seductive accent for a lot of Americans.
I guess
you
so.
sound so proper and formal, like you've been educated and you know things. And then the guy says yes, and you're like, wow, and that's all you got to do.
Yeah, I've read a book. What?
I
From
do
cover
like
to cover?
Power
female
is
video
this.
game characters who have British accents. This is
I just like
This is
females with British accents.
that's true.
Now I know it's just a Tuesday, but did you see Restore the Snyderverse is trending?
Oh, because he got invited to the WB lot to see a screening of Excalibur.
Don't you tell the kids on the internet
Hey,
that think he's
Hey,
coming
hey,
back to make a
hey.
Superman movie any
hey,
different.
Snyder writes, it's not happening.
My God, Joel Schumacher could be
I-
resurrected, and he is still able to walk on the set of Warner Brothers and take a selfie, and nobody would bat an eye because it's not hard to get on the Warner Brothers lot and take a photo. I'm sorry, I could do that, and I'm a nobody by comparison to Zack Snyder.
Well, you're not a nobody
Remarkable.
compared to us. No, I saw that and I was like, guys, is it coming back? I hope we get more of Ezra Miller's Flash or
Aqua Bro,
Oh
yeah,
God,
he
no,
wasn't
no
that
more.
bad.
muted colors, dark and dour. Listen, I mean, I know he's friends with Mike DeLuca and Pam Abdi, and I'm sure they have ideas for him down the road, but I don't think it's anything DC related because right now he's persona non grata at Netflix, and that's a really hard place to find yourself in for filmmakers because they are desperate for content.
Yeah, they want content super badly, and if you're basically, for all intents and purposes, blacklisted there.
He made, I think, 6 movies for Netflix, and they said no, that's enough.
Yeah, they probably should have said that after 1 or 2.
Well, 2 of them were the same movie, just with more nudity. There was that Rebel Moon. You had 2 versions of it.
Rebel Moon, Full Moon Edition.
That's 4 of them, and then he did like 2 army
That's no moon.
zombie army films or something. I think.
I don't know.
I don't care. That's really what it is. Like, the guy has been a shit filmmaker for most of his run. But, I mean, if you like the Snyder movies, hey, we're not here to dunk on you. We're just going to
No, you
always
can
be
like 'em.
honest. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like them.
I only push back when they say it's the best and definitive versions of the characters. I'm like, no.
Wait, are you
gotta see
telling me
more.
that Superman letting his dad die in a tornado is the best and definitive version?
Yeah, I know.
Tell me that Martha
Oh Lord.
is the definitive version?
Superman
rather
breaking
watch
the neck
Richard
of Zod and doing so in a way that you would never like. Who breaks a neck by pulling both their hands away from each other around the guy's skull and jawbone, as opposed to just twisting in one direction like Arnold did in Commando when he's getting off the plane. Tells the stewardess, don't disturb my friend. He's dead tired. Like, that was real. That
Best
was
line in that
authentic.
movie.
Yeah.
Better than let off some steam, Bennett.
And I could so do a sequel to Commando.
They did. It's called Predator.
Oh, I'm talking about the reversal where Arnold Schwarzenegger gets kidnapped and Melissa Milano has to go and rescue him. But it's just a shot-for-shot remake, costume-for-costume remake of Commando, just the roles reversed. But Bennett is back. Vernon Wells is back, but he's got a hole in his stomach because it's been cauterized, so he's still alive. But
Who
you can't
plays
shoot
Radon
him
Charles?
in the center mass because he'll just go through the hole. So you got to be more creative. Yeah. Very, very silly. It's technically a parody of the first one. And a
Commando
topless
2.
Melissa Milano. But this would have been back at 20 years ago when it would have meant something.
Oh, I mean, you could have had her and the group of charmed girls team up to rescue Arnold.
Yeah.
There you get your crossover. It's Rose McGowan. Do we want to watch more movies with Rose McGowan? I'm gonna go with no.
No. So Harvey Weinstein really broke her. So
I mean,
feel
even
for her.
before that, I just didn't think she was like, hey, it's Rose McGowan from Scream. Cool. It's just a name. Like, good luck with everything, Rose McGowan, but just stay off my TV. Which isn't a problem because I watch mostly physical media, which I don't own anything with Rose McGowan, and I sure as shit don't own that goofy ass Scream franchise.
Oh, you don't know Planet Terror? That's a fun movie.
So I don't love Tarantino. I know he's death proof, but
Yeah.
Grindhouse.
But
But I
you're
like-
Robert Rodriguez. You're more mixed on, or
So I like the El Mariachi trilogy.
yeah, those are good movies.
That's good stuff. But I like Sin City,
Mhm.
but I never watched Spy Kids.
No, I never got into Spy Kids either. Way too young for me.
I think it came out when I was in grade school, but there was this window of time.
saw
when I
the
started
first-
watching-
I saw the first 2 and had them on DVD when I was a kid. I don't remember if I ever saw the third one though. And then I guess they made more after that. I couldn't tell
Maybe
you
like
why.
four,
Shark
didn't
Boy and
they?
Lava Girl.
Oh yeah, Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Yeah, I remember seeing
Andrew,
those.
just
when
for
they
the
were on.
record, we were in the 6th grade when Spy Kids came out.
Oh,
I
you're
Were we
the target
really?
demographic? Yeah.
I just don't remember like ever. I've never seen this movie. I thought it was lame back then, but I guess I was the right age for it.
That's funny.
Well, I don't think I'm going to go back and watch it 25 years later. I think I'm a little too old. That train has sailed. So
Yeah. Oh, the Machete films were kind of fun. I enjoyed those
I
because
do like
they're
those.
supposed to be ridiculous. That's what makes them great.
Was it Machete Don't Text? That was the big line.
That was the big line. Yeah.
God. Okay, so maybe I could own Grindhouse because I own Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs on 4K, Django, all kinds of stuff. I like a lot of Tarantino
Jackie Brown's
movies.
a great movie, though. Yeah.
I like that more than I like Kill Bill.
Mm-hmm. Well, you have that better love story between Foster and Pam Grier.
Plus, I just like Pam Grier.
Yeah.
All those blaxploitation flicks back in the day were a lot of fun. Robert Rodriguez also did the Book of Boba Fett. Yeah, they can't all be winners. Like, we're not going to hold that against him. You know, no one's perfect. But
I mean,
no one
has
has
a
a
show without
perfect
a
record.
script. That's the problem, right? Like, we don't have anything to work off of.
That's rough.
Yeah.
I will never watch the Book of Boba Fett again.
You don't have to. Nothing happened.
I want to say it because I feel like I'm taking back a little bit of my power every time I say I will never watch The Acolyte ever again. I just know that there won't be 6 hours of my life wasted, or I'll never watch Secret Invasion again, or I'll never watch.
See, I feel I'm going to get to a point in like 30 years where I'll be teaching at university and I'll have to show these shows as reasons of why your ideology should never be the first thing you think about when you're writing. Like purely educational purposes. That's my fate. That's
Sorry, I had a
I'm
robot.
actually already sad about it right now thinking.
Well, don't worry just yet. So, guys, is there anything else you'd like to say? We've definitely hit our time limit. It's almost midnight. So, anything else we didn't cover? We covered more stuff than we usually do, but we had some fun at the expense of our good friend Kevin Smith. So, Kevin, good luck. Hopefully, your wet dream of writing Star Wars paid off. Hopefully, Chewbacca doesn't fart on R2-D2. And hopefully...
Hopefully there's less gay
Skywalker.
jokes about C-3PO.
Yeah, like, is Luke Skywalker going to get pegged by 3PO?
Or is
Probably.
3PO and R2-D2 going to meet parallels of Jay and Silent Bob in some variety?
You know they are.
Yeah, aren't they?
I want to be... There was a time when 13 to... Hold on, let's take it back. There would have been a time where, like, 11 to 16-year-old Jeff would have been like, this is the greatest idea ever. But 37-year-old me is just like, in a row? I'm tired of this. So maybe maybe in the future, folks, I'll reassess this and I'll think maybe this is a brilliant idea. Or in reality, I'll use my time to do something more beneficial for the channel. So be on the lookout for that very soon. But from all of us here at WCBS, thank you for watching. We'll be back on Thursday with another show, and we'll have new videos dropping this week. But until then, folks, be smart, be safe, be cool, but always be excellent to each other.
Dylan! You son of a...